you covered. Our American-made seamless gutters are custom cut on-site, backed by multiple warranties for your peace of mind, installed by local experts who treat your home like their own. Love your home? Protect it properly. Choose Summers Seamless Gutters today and enjoy peace of mind all year round. Contact us now because the best protection starts at the top. Don't let rain damage cost you thousands in repairs. For a free estimate on any gutter service, call 812-620-4762 today. That's 812-620-4762. Summers Seamless Guttering, protecting Hoosier homes one gutter at a time.
Closer look at the numbers between these two ball clubs. The Rams, as we mentioned, are 2-4, 0-1 in conference play, as they are 2-2 at home, 0-2 on the road. While the Jackets, as we mentioned, the 4-game winning streak, they're 3-1 at home and 1-1 on the road. Coming in, both teams struggling at the plate a little bit. Paoli, a 161 team batting average. Mitchell at 220. On base percentage, the Rams 316, Mitchell 408. Slugging percentage, the Rams 174, Mitchell 277. Fielding percentage, the Rams a bit of an advantage there at .918, and the Jackets .896 as they head into this conference game. For the Rams, they've been close in every ball game so far. They lost to Eastern 2-1, then they beat Tecumseh 3-1, beat Shoals 11-1, then lost in 11 innings in a tough one on the conference to West Washington on the road 3-2, then got shut out by Northeast DuBois, but were hanging tough there to the end 5-0. And then last night a game Coach Payton said we should have won but didn't, and it was a 9-6 defeat to the hands of the Christian Academy Warriors. For Coach J.D. Gaines and his Mitchell Blue Jackets this season, well, they opened up with a loss here at home against West DePierre, a team out of Wisconsin that came down and made a road swing over the Easter weekend. And then the Jackets fell to Linton Stockton 6-4, but then they have bounced back. A 9-8 win over Bloomfield got them started. Then a big come-from-behind victory on Saturday afternoon over Springs Valley 3-2. Then they knocked off Eastern Green earlier this week 11-5, and then they followed up the next night with that shutout win over Cordon Central 10-0. So the Jackets come in on a bit of a roll, and they'll look to continue that play here this evening against their county and conference rival, that being the Paoli Rams. Head coach J.D. Gaines says the biggest difference this year of this team is more mentally tough, and he said that's something we work on. He said we work on what happens at the plate. Are we successful or not successful? And then if we're not successful, make a quick note of that, come back and be ready to go the next time up. He said they're just a year older and stronger, and that makes a big difference as well. He said we're both better offensively and defensively. And he says when it comes to hitting, he said we just got to put the ball in play and use the whole field. He said so far pitching has been very good for this team for the Mitchell Blue Jackets, and they will throw what they consider their ace tonight in Bryson Zeeks. Zeeks with coming in, pitched 9.2 innings, a very good ERA of 1.45. He's allowed 8 runs. 2 of them have just been earned. 6 hits, 10 strikeouts, and 4 walks to his credit. So he has done the job on the mound as a right-hander. He's a captain and a senior of this ball club. Has a fastball and a changeup. He'll mix in a curve and slider as well. So he's got a lot of pitches that the Rams will have to worry about here this evening when they do come to the plate. For the Rams on the mound, they will send their senior, that being Cooper Spires, coming in just 0-1 on the year, but again, a good ERA at 2.42. Cooper has pitched 8.2 innings so far, given up 5 hits, 4 runs. 3 of those have been earned, with 13 strikeouts and 8 walks to his credit so far this season. Rams, as we mentioned, they have struggled hitting the ball and scoring. They're only averaging 3.8 runs per ball game so far. Mitchell a little bit better in that department, as they have averaged over 6 runs per ball game. So they have been able to do it by getting runners on and in and across the plate. We'll have more and come back, take a look at tonight's starting lineups. You're listening to Rams Baseball on Mix 95.3.
Discover the convenience of Hoosier Hardware, now offering a comprehensive selection of ammunition for all your shooting needs. Located on 1st Street, 1 block from the square, we are your one-stop shop for plumbing, electrical, painting, mobile home parts, water heaters, and general hardware supplies. In addition to our extensive inventory, we fill propane tanks, providing you with a cost-effective solution. Visit us today or call 812-723-2708 to see why Hoosier Hardware stands out for quality and service in the community.
Invest where it matters most, in the people and the potential of Orange County. Over the last decade, through the power of giving, the Orange County Community Foundation has helped thousands achieve their dreams, distributing numerous dollars in scholarships and grants from endowed funds. And we're just getting started. Scholarship applications will open soon, giving Orange County students the chance to unlock new opportunities, realize their full potential, and leave their mark on the world. Plus, be on the lookout for details on our unrestricted grants program, empowering local nonprofits to continue their philanthropic work and address the most pressing needs in our community. In 2024 alone, this grant cycle poured over $85,000 into our community, supporting many programs. Looking to make a lasting difference? Start a fund with us today and create a legacy that grows year after year. Call us at 812-723-4150 because your generosity shapes tomorrow. Together, we're building a better community, one scholarship, one grant, one legacy at a time.
Rams and Jackets ready to go at it here at Seitzinger Field, the home of the Mitchell Blue Jackets. Of course, Seitzinger Field, one of the best facilities here in this part of the state, and evident with all of the postseason games that they've been able to host over the last 3 to 4 years. And, of course, we'll be back up here for sectional play. So, again, not only a conference match up here tonight, but a possible sectional foe between these two ball clubs as we'll get deeper into the season in the month of May and worry about that a little bit later on. But tonight it's conference implications as the Jackets meet up here with the Paoli Rams. The Rams on the road tonight, head coach Jeremy Payton and head coach J.D. Gaines of Mitchell there at the home plate, talking with our umpires tonight, Jody Jackson and Luke Anderson, going over ground rules and getting things set up here tonight. Of course, we mentioned the great renovations they did here several years ago, a synthetic turf field. So if you get some rain, it doesn't matter. You're going to play anyway unless there's probably lightning or a severe storm in the area. And this facility is ready to go here again tonight. Perfect conditions. Do have a bit of a breeze coming in as blowing from right to left. Remember when we were here 2 years ago, it was one of those games that you always remember because it was just like a monsoon that night as far as the wind and light rain going off and on. And Justin Thornton, a young freshman, got his very first home run here in that contest. So he's hoping as well that maybe that might be true again here tonight as he and his Ram teammates look to get on track at the plate. Again, been a struggle for the Rams at the batter's box here, and they hope tonight will be a different story as they are on the road taking on the Mitchell Blue Jackets. And we'll take a look at tonight's starting lineups. First of all, for the Paoli Rams, who are the visitors here tonight. Leading it off in pitching will be the senior Cooper Spires. Hitting second will be the Rams' third baseman, senior Tyler Hannon. Hitting third, another senior, that being the shortstop, Kirkland Hughes. In the cleanup spot will be the junior center fielder, Justin Thornton, for the Rams. Hitting fifth and down at first base tonight will be Dom Garcia for the Rams. And the sixth spot will be the left fielder for Paoli, Aiden Hickman. Hitting seventh, the sophomore, Raleigh Clunk. He is a catcher, and he will behind the plate with Cooper Spires, the battery here tonight. And then hitting eighth will be in right field, the senior Austin Chastain for the Rams. And hitting ninth at second base tonight, the freshman Carter Vernon. Once again for the Rams, Spires, Hannon, and Hughes, Thornton, Garcia, and Hickman, Clunk, Chastain, and Vernon. As the Rams hope to get the bats going here tonight against the Mitchell Blue Jackets. Rams head coach Jeremy Payton. Assistant coaches are Aaron Hannon, Adam Poole, Jeremy Reynolds, and Aaron Busick. Taking a look for the home standing, that being the Mitchell Blue Jackets here tonight. Leading off will be the center fielder, Jason Kerr. Hitting second at third base, Gavin Martin. The third man in the order will be the first baseman, Cooper McFadden. Hitting cleanup and pitching tonight, it'll be Bryson Zeeks on the mound. Hitting the fifth hole will be the second baseman, Parker Felton. Hitting sixth, out in right field, Boston True. Out in left, hitting seventh, will be Blake King. The DH tonight is Cody Howard. He'll hit in that number 8 hole, and he will be hitting for Aiden Smith, the young freshman catcher here tonight for the Mitchell Blue Jackets. And rounding out their batting order will be the shortstop, Parker Reed, wearing number 18. Once again, it'll be Kerr, Martin, McFadden, Zeeks, Felton, True, King, Howard, and Reed for the Mitchell Blue Jackets of head coach J.D. Gaines. Assistants tonight, Tanner Simpson and Matt Olson for the Mitchell Blue Jackets. As we mentioned, the Jackets in the midst of a 4-game winning streak, and Rams hope to snap that here tonight. Paoli will be in their traveling purple uniforms with the white on the sleeves, and the Mitchell Blue Jackets, of course, will be in their home white trimmed in the blue and gold as things get almost ready to go here tonight. The Jackets are 4-2, 1-0 in conference play. Paoli Rams come in 2-4 and 0-1 in PLAC action. So the Rams would have any chance at maybe a possible tie for a championship. They cannot afford to lose any more games. As we mentioned, undefeated so far through one game, and that's been a home game for the Jackets that come from behind win over Springs Valley on Saturday here at Seitzinger Field for their 1-0 conference record here this evening. As we get set to go, a mix of sun and clouds here on a breezy evening. Temperature hovering in the low 80s, a perfect night. We're going to have a good crowd on hand here. Great night for high school baseball on this Friday evening from Seitzinger Field as we get ready for tonight's first pitch between the Paoli Rams and the Mitchell Blue Jackets. You're listening to Rams baseball on Mix 95.3.
Tired of slow internet and weak Wi-Fi? Get connected with Orange County Fiber, your local reliable fiber internet service. With powerful parental controls, device prioritization, and built-in cybersecurity, your whole family can browse, stream, and game with confidence. And that's not all. Some plans even include indoor and outdoor cameras or video doorbells for extra peace of mind. Call Orange County Fiber at 812-865-2229. Fast, safe, and smart internet for your home or business.
Cave Quarries Incorporated and Calcar Quarries, dealers of agricultural lime, crushed stone, sand, hot and mix asphalt materials, and asphalt paving, invite you to visit one of their two locations. Cave Quarries, located 3 miles west of Paoli on State Road 56, and Calcar Quarries, located 2 miles east of Paoli on Highway 150. Phone 936-4923 for Cave Quarries Incorporated and 723-2109 for Calcar Quarries. Services you can count on. Quality guaranteed.
Looking to make a difference? Team OC's Youth Mentoring Program is here to help kids in Orange County reach their full potential. Our mission to expand child's possibilities through a community-wide mentoring program for kids 7 to 17. We provide support, guidance, and a caring adult to lean on. You can be a part of their journey. Become a mentor or make a donation. Join us at 262 West Court Street, Paoli, or visit teamocmentoring.org. Questions? Call Executive Director Priscilla Woodrum at 812-653-0288. Team OC, expanding possibilities one child at a time.
Are you looking for top quality crushed stone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Crushed Stone in DePaul. At Davis Crushed Stone, they have been serving Southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality crushed stone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Crushed Stone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707.
Ready to play ball on this Friday evening. Glad you could join us here on Mix 95.3 for Rams baseball as they get set to take on the Mitchell Blue Jackets at Seitzinger Field. Rams the visitors tonight. They'll be to the plate first. It'll be Cooper Spires, Tyler Hannon, and Kirkland Hughes due up here to face the right-hander Bryson Zeeks. And as we told you, the senior captain coming in at 9.2 innings, a 1.45 ERA. He's only given up 8 runs. 2 of them have been earned. 6 hits, 10 strikeouts, and 4 walks so far in his work on the mound by the right-hander. We'll see that fastball, changeup, curve, and slider. And been working on the changeup, Coach Gaines said, as pitching coach Tanner Simpson has been working with this staff to get that a big part of the pitching rotation, which has been pretty deep so far for Mitchell. They've been very pleased with the way their hurlers have come along here in the early part of the year. Hopefully will get stronger as they get deeper into the season. So the Rams will have their hands full facing the right-hander here tonight in Bryson Zeeks. It'll be Aiden Smith. He'll be the catcher, the young freshman for Mitchell. Cooper McFadden at first, Parker Felton at second, Parker Reeve at short, Gavin Martin at third, Blake King in left, Jason Kerr in center, and Boston True. That is your defense for the Jackets on the turf here tonight at Seitzinger Field. Paoli gets ready to take their first cuts of the ball game. And walking up to the plate will be Cooper Spires, as we talked about. Rams have struggled at the plate. They want to try and get those bats rolling, coming in with a team batting average of only 161 here on the season. Cooper Spires, he's looking at one of those players to get on track here tonight, hitting just 150 on the year and one extra base hit. So he'll be at the plate to lead it off from the right side here this afternoon. Again, you got a mix of sun and clouds and a breeze blowing out, now starting to die down just a bit off and on, and hopefully will not be a factor here tonight. As Spires steps in for the first time here tonight from the right side, and Bryson Zeke has the sign, and the first pitch of the ball game sails high and inside for ball one. Rams looking to get base runners on any way they can. They want to make it difficult on Zeke and put some pressure on this defense from Mitchell tonight. Zeke's 1-0 pitch. He winds, delivers the off-speed pitch. It's going to sail high and inside as well, and the count goes to 2-0. Spires trying to get something going here for the Rams in the top half of the first. The 2-0 pitch from Zeke. There's the fastball, and it's right down middle for strike one, 2-1. Outfield straight away against the leadoff hitter, and the third baseman, first baseman playing behind the bags and off the line by about a stride and a half. 2-1 pitch of the line shot going up. Oh, and a great catch by the shortstop, Parker Reed, tucking that one perfectly. Spires hit it on the button, but right at the shortstop, and that's one hard out here for the Rams. And it's kind of the situation they got into last night when they hit the ball hard, but it seemed to be at the defense for Christian Academy. One out in the inning, and that'll bring up Tyler Hannon to the plate. Senior third baseman, 125 on the year with 3 RBIs, and he smacks one foul down the left field line. Got out in front of that off-speed pitch just a bit, and it goes down as a long strike to Tyler Hannon. Kirkland Hughes, the Rams shortstop, is on deck. Zeke's ready to go. The wind and the strike one pitch. This one's going to be low and outside. Nice backhanded stop by Smith, the catcher. Keeps the ball in front of him, and the count goes to 1-1. Bases are empty for the Rams with one out. Tyler Hannon standing deep in that right-hander batter box, fouls it off at the plate, and that'll go down as a strike. The count goes to 1-2. Zeke's trying to get into a rhythm here in the start of this ball game. Head in the count now at 1-2. The 1-2 delivery on the way by the right-hander, and again a breaking ball fouled off the bat of the Rams third baseman, Tyler Hannon. Stays a count of 1-2 strikes. Hannon crowding the plate just a bit from that right-handed batter's box. As Zeke peers into Smith as the sign, the 1-2 delivery, and it sails way high. Comes all the way back to the backstop, and the count goes to 2-2. Not a lot of room in foul territory behind the plate, so if you're on, you got to be very careful and choose your spots if one does get away from the catcher. The 2-2 pitch, and it's bounced in the dirt in front of the plate, and Hannon has got the count now full at 3-2. One out in the inning, nobody on for the Rams. First 3-2 count of the game for the right-hander Bryson Zeeks. Straight away again in the outfield, shaded maybe just a little bit towards left, payoff pitch, and it's going to be low, and that's going to be a one-out walk. So the Rams get their first base runner of the afternoon. First walk issued today by Zeeks, and that will bring up Kirkland Hughes, the Rams shortstop. Hughes on the season hitting .350 with a double and 2 RBIs. Tyler Hannon down at first. He'll be held there by McFadden, the first baseman for the Mitchell Blue Jackets. Zeeks will now pitch from the stretch for the first time tonight. Infield comes in, double play depth. First pitch to Kirkland is going to be low and outside for ball one. Third baseman Martin cheating in just a bit, almost even with the bag, waiting to see what Hughes might do at the plate if he does show a bunt. Hannon getting his lead off first base from the stretch. Pitch in, and it's a fly ball lifted out into center field, backtracking his Kerr into his sights, and he reaches up and pulls it in for out number 2 of the inning as Hughes flies out to left center field. That will be out number 2 of the inning. And Justin Thornton, the Rams center fielder, will come to the plate with a runner on at first. Thornton just hitting 100 on the season with 2 RBIs. And one game that Coach Payton said hopefully this will be the night that Justin gets untracked. Zeeks walked the batter. Hannon is still down at first with 2 outs now. The first pitch to Thornton is a strike at the knees on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Rams have put the ball in play, but they have hit it right at the defense. Once again, the outfield shaded just a bit towards left with the right-handed hitter. The strike 1 pitch is a fastball, and it catches the outside part of the plate. And Zeke's now quickly ahead in the count at no balls and 2 strikes. Big hole to shoot for between first and second with McFadden holding the runner, Hannon on at first. Zeke winds, delivers, and a swing and a miss, and going down on strikes will be Justin Thornton for the 3rd out of the inning as Rams cannot take advantage of that 1-out walk. There were no runs, no hits, 1 man left on, and no jacket errors. We'll go to the bottom of the 1st on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. There's no score. You're listening to Rams Baseball on Mix 95.3.
Looking for top-notch fuel that keeps your engine running smoothly? Pull into Riley Oil, your trusted supplier of marathon fuels. With convenient locations in Paoli, Orleans, and Hardinsburg, we've got you covered. Enjoy the ease of paying at the pump 24/7, or swing by Paoli where we'll pump the gas for you. Grab a snack and drink and be on your way with Riley Oil, fueling your journey every mile of the way.
Looking for a bank that actually puts you first? Then it's time to meet Springs Valley Bank and Trust Company, where banking feels a little more human. Whether you're saving for a rainy day, chasing your first home, or planning that someday retirement dream, we've got your back every step of the way. Enjoy personal service, local decisions, and real people who care about your goals. Stop by your local Springs Valley Banking Center or visit us online at svbt.bank to get you started. Loyal to you, your family, and your future. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Mitchell Blue Jackets come to the plate for the first time here this afternoon at home as they will face the right-hander Cooper Spires on the mound for the Rams. Spires comes in 0-1, 2.42 ERA, has pitched 8 2/3 innings, given up 5 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them have been earned. He has struck out 13 and walked 8 batters so far this season. Raleigh Cluck will be his battery mate behind the plate. Dom Garcia at first base, Carter Vernon at second, Kirkland Hughes at short, Tyler Hannon at third. Rams outfield tonight, Aiden Hickman in left, Justin Thornton in center, and Austin Chastain out in right. And it'll be Dawson Kerr to get things started here for the Blue Jackets. Wears number 17 on the back of his pinstripe jersey here as he comes in hitting .250 on the year. And he'll stand in from the left side as Cooper Spires will go to the mound and be ready to go to face his first hitter as Kerr jumps into the batter's box. And we get set to go with the bottom half of the 1st as the Rams leave a base runner stranded in the top of the 1st. Spires peers into Clunk, has assigned the pitch, and it's going to be a breaking ball that is too far outside for ball 1. Kerr, Martin, and McFadden, the 3 due up here in the bottom of the 1st for the Jackets. Spires with the wind and the pitch, and this one's fouled straight back and off the screen. The count pulls even at 1 ball and 1 strike to Dayson Kerr. Third baseman at the cut of the turf at third. First baseman Dom Garcia about a stride and a half off the line, back behind the bag at first against the left-handed hitter. The next fastball is low and inside, and the count goes to 2-1. Outfield swung a little bit towards right against the lefty. 2-1 pitch on the way, and this one's too far inside. In fact, it hits Kerr, and he'll be on base as the leadoff man gets hit by a pitch, and that will give the first base runner of the night for the Mitchell Blue Jackets, and that will bring up the third baseman Gavin Martin to the plate, the junior hitting .158 on the season. See what the Jackets want to do here to get things rolling as we see Kerr walking it off down the first base line there. Now he'll circle back around as Martin will settle in from the right side. Rams go to the double play depth at second and short. Third baseman coming in is Hannon now on the turf green off the line, and Spires will pitch from the stretch. Base runner Kerr getting a lead at first, and this one sails too far inside, gets by Clunk all the way back to the screen, and Kerr will go down to first base on the wild pitch. And that'll put Mitchell's first man in scoring position here with nobody out. And the count goes to 1-0 to Martin. Martin will stand in from that right side. See what Coach J.D. Gaines wants to do, if he'll bunt him or try and just have the base runner move him over, and squaring around is Martin, and he went after one out of the strike zone up high, and the count goes to 1-1. So the Rams get a break there on that bunt attempt. Kerr down at second, a walk and a wild pitch. Cooper Spires from the stretch, peers in the clunk, has the sign. Checks the runner at second, brings it in, and there is a curveball of beauty that breaks over the plate, and Martin looks at it for strike 2, 1-2. Spires trying to battle back after that hit batsman. Scoreless game here in the bottom of the first. From the stretch, Spires checks the runner. Dancing in behind is Hughes, the shortstop. Now Cooper will step off the mound, and everybody will take a break as Martin will back out of the batter's box, readjust, and reset. In the infield, Kerr getting his lead. Rams middle infielders try to keep him close. The pitch home is another curveball, but this one sails high, and the count goes to 2-2 to Gavin Martin. Ram outfield straight away against the right-handed hitter. No outs in the inning. Jackets threatening with a runner on at second. 2-2 pitch is a fastball that sails inside, and the count goes full at 3-2. Cooper Spires on the limit here with Gavin Martin. Martin backs out, now back in. Cooper from the stretch, checks the runner, fires it in, and it's going to be foul into the dugout. Not quite, actually bounced over the top of the dugout down the third base way, which is home to the home team, that being the Mitchell Blue Jackets. Rams, of course, your visitors down the first base way. Count stays at 3-2 to Gavin Martin. Spires shakes off this sign from Clunk, now has one that he likes, and then we'll bring the payoff pitch again, and this one is a fastball that is catching the outside part of the plate. That'll be strike 3. So a big out there for the Rams hurler. Cooper Spires, his first strikeout of the ball game, and that will bring up Cooper McFadden, the first baseman. McFadden, a junior, hitting .222 on the season, steps in from the right side. One out, one on for the Jackets. Bottom of the first. Spires sets to work from the stretch. Now Bluff's throw back to second as Jason Kerr dives in head first to the bag. Rams paying a lot of attention to the base runner down at second. Spires from the stretch, checks the runner, brings it in, and McFadden looks at the first one outside for ball 1. Cooper McFadden, a right-handed hitting first baseman. Cooper Spires, the right-handed pitcher on the mound. Checks the runner at second. Kerr brings it in, and this one's going to be inside. And McFadden had a duck out of that one, a late-breaking curveball, and the count goes to 2-0. Bryson Zeke's on deck for the Jackets. Spires peers in the clunk, has his sign, checks the runner at second, brings the pitch home, and it's a fastball on the outside part of the plate. Strike 1, 2-1 the count. Spires trying to battle back again against a hitter that he fell behind on early. Cooper quickly ready to work from the stretch. The next pitch in is hit on the ground, but it's going to be under the glove out in the left field. They're going to raise Kerr around. He'll come in to score the first run of the ball game as Hickman gets the run throw in, but not in time. And that time McFadden able to come up with a single and an RBI to his credit, and that gives the Jackets the lead at 1-0. And one of those plays there where shortstop Hughes was holding the base runner on, and he had to go a long way to his right, diving to try and come up with that play, but he comes up just short, and Mitchell gets on the scoreboard first here and picks up their first hit of the inning as well. McFadden on at first with one out, and that'll bring up Bryson Zeeks, hitting .385, the leading hitter in this lineup for the Jackets. He looks at a curveball that catches the inside part of the plate for strike 1. Tom Garcia holding the runner down at first for the Rams as McFadden gets his lead off the base. Spires peers in the clunk, shakes off the side, and again shakes it off. Now he's ready to go. Strike 1 pitch, a swing and a miss on an off-speed offering, and Zeeks is behind in the count now 0-2. Zeeks now got to be very selective at the plate. He's got to guard it Behind in the count at no balls and 2 strikes. McFadden, your runner down at first, came out with that big RBI single to give the Jackets their first run of the night. And there is another breaking ball that catches Zeke's looking. That's the second strikeout of the inning. Both have been caught looking, and Spires got a big out there, and that will bring to the plate Parker Felton, the second baseman, the senior, hitting .231 on the year. He'll stand in from the right side with the runner on at first, and now 2 outs in the inning. Spires trying to get out of here without any further damage. Cooper from the stretch brings it home. It's a fastball, but it's going to sail outside for ball 1. .231 batting average for Parker Felton. Again, upperclassman-dominated team. They do have a sophomore and a freshman that start, but for the most part, upperclassmen have played a couple of years of baseball. And the breaking ball is too far inside to Felton, and the count goes to 2-0. Felton trying to keep the inning alive as he waits on the next pitch from the right-hander Cooper Spires for the Rams, and this one's hit on the ground and just foul outside. They talk about baseball being a game of inches. There it was that time as that ball hit just on the foul side of the third base bag. Had that gone and rattled around in the corner, that definitely would have brought in another run and extra bases for Parker Felton. Instead, it goes down as a long strike, and the count goes to 2-1. Parker wearing his pink gloves and his pink and white shoes here to set off his attire of the blue and white and gold for the Jackets tonight. Quick throw over to first. McFadden going to slide in ahead of the tag, applied by Dom Garcia. Dom holding the tag on, make sure that McFadden doesn't inexplicably lift up that arm and get called out. He's on there where he needs to be. 2 outs in the inning, runner on at first. Spires brings the next pitch home with a swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch. The count to Parker Felton goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cooper Spires now 1 strike away from getting out of this inning where the Jackets have already scored 1 run. Spires, the 2-2 pitch on the way, another breaking ball swing and a miss, and that'll be strikeout number 3 in the inning and the 3rd out in the inning. But for the Jackets, a productive inning. They had 1 run on 1 hit. They leave 1 man left on, and there were no Ram errors. We'll go to the top half of the second on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Mitchell on top, 1-0. You're listening to Rams Baseball on Mix 95.3.
Invest where it matters most, in the people and the potential of Orange County. Over the last decade, through the power of giving, the Orange County Community Foundation has helped thousands achieve their dreams, distributing numerous dollars in scholarships and grants from endowed funds. And we're just getting started. Scholarship applications will open soon, giving Orange County students the chance to unlock new opportunities, realize their full potential, and leave their mark on the world. Plus, be on the lookout for details on our unrestricted grants program, empowering local nonprofits to continue their philanthropic work and address the most pressing needs in our community. In 2024 alone, this grant cycle poured over $85,000 into our community, supporting many programs. Looking to make a lasting difference? Start a fund with us today and create a legacy that grows year after year. Call us at 812-723-4150 because your generosity shapes tomorrow. Together, we're building a better community, one scholarship, one grant, one legacy at a time.
Rams coming to the plate here in the top of the second, trailing at 1-0 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. It'll be hitters 5, 6, and 7 in the Rams lineup to face the right-hander, Bryson Zeeks. Dom Garcia will lead it off, followed by Aiden Hickman, and then Raleigh Clunk. Dom steps in from the right side. Garcia on the year hitting .188 as he'll try and get things going here for the Rams in this second inning. First pitch of the inning by Zeeks is going to be a fastball on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Rams left a base runner stranded in the first. That was a 1-out walk issued to Tyler Hannon. Zeeks winds the strike 1 pitch, and this one catches the inside part of the plate at the knees, and all of a sudden Garcia's down in that count 0-2. Dom quickly steps out, now back in. Zeke's ready to work. Smith sets up way outside. Garcia does not go for that one, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. So far here tonight, Zeeks has struck out a batter and walked a batter. as he begins his second inning of work. And there's an off-speed pitch swung on and missed by Garcia, and that will be out number 1. Strikeout number 2 recorded by Zeeks. And to the plate for the Rams will be the left fielder, Aiden Hickman. Hickman, the senior, hitting 200 on the year with 1 RBI to his credit. There's number 8 on his purple jersey, and he'll stand in from the right side. Base is empty and 1 out. First pitch from Zeeks is going to be a fastball that sails high for ball 1. Rams trail it 1-0 in the top half of the second. Bryson Zeeks, the right-hander for Mitchell, deals the ball 1, and it's low and outside for ball 2, 2-0. On deck for the Rams is the catcher, Raleigh Clunk. But right now it's up to Aiden Hickman to get things hopefully going here for the Rams. The next pitch is hit on the ground to the second baseman, charging in. Nice scoop, a little shovel throw over to first as that time Parker Felton, a nice job with the quick pickup and toss over. And that'll be out number 2 of the inning. To the plate will be Raleigh Clunk. Raleigh on the season, the sophomore catcher, hitting .222 with 4 RBIs, and another right-handed hitter for the Rams. Zeke's quickly 2 up and 2 down in this second inning for the Jackets. And the first pitch to Clunk from the right-handed senior is a swing and a miss for strike 1. Outfield swung a little bit towards left. And at medium depth at second and short, and even with the bag at third, and behind the bag is McFadden down the first baseway. As the second pitch to Clunk sails high and outside for ball 1. Zeke's ready to go again, the 1-1 pitch, and there's going to be a strike on the inside part of the plate. As Clunk looks at that one, and the count goes to 1-2. Zeke's trying to make it a 1-2-3 inning, 1 strike away from doing that, and it's a check swing. Did he go around? It's bobbled there by the catcher, but Smith quickly out from the plate to get it, throw it down to first to complete that strikeout, and that will be out number 3. And it is a 1-2-3 inning for the Rams here in the top of the second. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. We'll go to the bottom of the second on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Mitchell on top, 1-0. You're listening to Rams Baseball on Mix 95.3.
Cave Quarries Incorporated and Calcar Quarries, dealers of agricultural lime, crushed stone, sand, hot and mix asphalt materials, and asphalt paving, invite you to visit one of their 2 locations. Cave Quarries, located 3 miles west of Paoli on State Road 56, and Calcar Quarries, located 2 miles east of Paoli on Highway 150. Phone 936-4923 for Cave Quarries Incorporated and 723-2109 for Calcar Quarries. Services you can count on. Quality guaranteed.
Are you looking for top quality crushed stone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Crushed Stone in DePaul. At Davis Crushed Stone, they have been serving southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality crushed stone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Crushed Stone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707.
Jackets come to the plate here in the bottom of the second, hitters 6, 7, and 8. Jackets able to manufacture a run in that first inning of play. Kerr, the leadoff hitter, was hit by a pitch. A wild pitch moved him down to second base. Martin struck out, and then McFadden able to get a single through the hole on the left side of the infield, and that brought Kerr in. And that was the only run so far scored here in this ball game. As Cooper Spires back out on the mound to begin now his second inning of work for the senior right-hander. And to the plate will be the right fielder, Boston True, the sophomore, coming in with a .333 average. As a team, the Jackets hit .220 on the year. Of course, Coach Gaines, like all coaches, hopefully to get something done at the bottom part of the order, which would be a bonus here for the Mitchell Blue Jackets. And right now it is hitters 6, 7, and 8 due up to face Cooper Spires. Boston True, the sophomore right-handed hitter, stands in right at the very back of the batter's box. And the first pitch he sees sails over his head as he ducks down out of the way, and it goes all the way to the backstop for ball 1. True leading it off here in the second. Cooper Spires checks with the dugout, now ready to roll again. And the 1-0 pitch on the way. It's going to be a fastball, but it's going to sail high, and the count at Boston True is 2-0. True looking to get on to get something started for the Jackets in this inning. Spires, and this one's ripped out into left, going to fall in front of the left fielder Hickman for a single. He'll get it back into the infield, and rounding first is Boston True, and he'll be there to lead off the inning with a single out to left, and that'll be the second hit of the ball game for the Mitchell Blue Jackets, and that'll bring up Blake King to the plate. King, the junior left fielder, hitting .294, leading the team in RBIs with 5, as he's got a teammate on at first base, but nobody out. Spires got to pitch out of some trouble again here with base runners. And the first pitch is going to be low and outside to Blake King for ball 1. King, a big spot here. See if the Jackets want to try and move him over. They'll just let him hit away here with nobody out. There goes the base runner, swing and a miss. Throw down by Klunk is not in time. In fact, goes out to center field, but Thornton there quickly to recover. But that will put Boston True with a stolen base down at second base. And the count goes to 1-1 to Blake King. Jackets again with a base runner in scoring position. They get a single and a stolen base, and Boston True is on at second. Blake King a chance to try moving further over to third base, but nobody out here in the bottom of the second. The wind in the pitch, a check swing, and it's going to be a strike call to King. A little hesitant that time on the swing, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Lead runner, Boston True, down at second. Spires checks in with Klunk, the catcher. Shakes off the first side. Now has the second stretch and the pitch. And another kind of check swing holding up, though, this time is King. And the count goes to 2-2. Third baseman off the line, a couple of strides behind the bank is Hannon at third. Garcia with the bag at first. The next pitch sails outside, and all of a sudden the count has gone full at 3-2 to Blake King. Jackets got a base runner on at second and nobody out, leading already 1-0. Spires from the stretch. Check. Spires a fastball swing and a miss, and that'll be out number 1 of the inning. Strikeout number 4, though, recorded by the Rams right-hander Cooper Spires, and that brings up Cody Howard, the DH. Howard, a senior, looking for his first hit of the season. He is batting for the young freshman catcher, Aiden Smith. He'll step in from the left side with 1 out and 1 on. Spires ready to deal with Cody Howard at the plate. Checks the base runner, brings the first pitch in, swing, and a miss for strike 1. Bottom part of the order here for the Jackets. See if they are able to come up with a base hit or at least move the runner over. Spires from the stretch as Vernon checks in from second, gets the runner back. The pitch sails way outside, and the count to Cody Howard is 1 ball and 1 strike. Kirkland Hughes down at short. Carter Vernon at second. They dance in behind the base runner, trying to keep him close. The next pitch is a strike called on the outside part of the plate to Cody Howard. Count goes to 1-2. Spires now concentrating on getting the hitter out. That's the left-handed hitting Cody Howard, the DH. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. And down on strikes is Howard, big out number 2 for the Rams. Strikeout number 5. Coming into this game, Spires had struck out 13 batters in 8 2/3 innings and added that total here tonight. That'll bring up to the plate Parker Reeve, shortstop sophomore, hitting .067 on the year. True opened up with a single and stolen base, and he's still down at second with 2 outs now, and a strike called on the outside part of the plate to Parker Reeve. It's Cooper Spires trying to bounce back and not get hurt by that leadoff single, and 2 strikes away from getting out of this inning. Checks the runner, brings in a curveball, a check swing that is fouled off the back of the screen, and Reeve behind in the count now at no balls and 2 strikes. If he's able to get on, will take us to the top of the order. Jason Kerr on deck for the Jackets, but Cooper Spires does not want to see him here in this second inning. The 0-2 pitch by Cooper on the way, and it's going to be just a little bit high, and the count goes to 1-2. Parker Reeve kind of checked right there at the plate on the last instant, didn't pull the trigger. And the 1-2 delivery is a fastball that's going to be fouled off the screen. Count will remain at a ball and 2 strikes. Boston True down at second base, but 2 outs in the inning. Jackets already lead it by a 1-0 score. Spires going to try and keep it that way. The 1-2 pitch on the way, and this one is just a bit outside, and the count goes to 2-2. So Spires trying to put away the number 9 man in the order, Parker Reeve. Second and shortstop dance behind the runner, and there's an off-speed pitch swing and a miss, and that'll be a strikeout number 3 in this inning, out number 3. Jackets get a leadoff single, but they can't do anything with it, leaving the base runner stranded at second. No runs. There was 1 hit. There was 1 man left on. There were no Ram errors. We'll go to the top of the third on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Mitchell on top, 1-0. You're listening to Rams Baseball on Mix 95.3.
Looking for top-notch fuel that keeps your engine running smoothly? Pull into Riley Oil, your trusted supplier of marathon fuels. With convenient locations in Paoli, Orleans, and Hardinsburg, we've got you covered. Enjoy the ease of paying at the pump 24/7, or swing by Paoli where we'll pump the gas for you. Grab a snack and drink and be on your way with Riley Oil, fueling your journey every mile of the way.
Discover the convenience of Hoosier Hardware, now offering a comprehensive selection of ammunition for all your shooting needs. Located on First Street, 1 block from the square, we are your one-stop shop for plumbing, electrical, painting, mobile home parts, water heaters, and general hardware supplies. In addition to our extensive inventory, we fill propane tanks, providing you with a cost-effective solution. Visit us today or call 812-723-2708 to see why Hoosier Hardware stands out for quality and service in the community.
Third inning rolls around here at Seitzinger Field in this PLAC matchup between the Paoli Rams and Mitchell Blue Jackets. Jackets so far had the better of it with a single run in that first inning of play, and it's a 1-0 lead for Mitchell. See some action in the Rams bullpen here between innings as right-hander Tyler Hannon warming up. That will be the combination that Coach Payton would go with, depending on how long he wants to go with Spires. Spires has given up that 1 run, but he's thrown a lot of pitches here in the first couple of innings. But he's got 6 strikeouts so far as they get a meeting on the mound here for some reason as Bryson Zeeks and his teammates there. Pitching coach will come out and talk as well. I don't know, maybe if he's developed a blister or something. But we'll see after everybody and the umpire goes in to break up the conference here as the Rams in the third will have hitters 8, 9, and 1. And now head coach J.D. Gaines will go out as well. They want to talk it over. Don't know if we'll have a change in the lineup right now or not. Looks like it might be. Looks like Martin will be coming in as the pitcher on in relief, so I don't know what the issue was that time with the right-hander Bryson Zeeks. But Zeeks will come off and Martin will go in, so Zeeks will pitch 2 innings here this afternoon. No runs, no hits, struck out 3 and walked 1 batter. And it'll be Gavin Martin to the hill for the Mitchell Blue Jackets as he will get as much time as he needs to warm up as Gavin Martin will be walking to the plate, or I should say to the hill here for this Mitchell Blue Jacket team. The junior right-hander will come in this afternoon. Martin, 8.1 innings as far as his work. ERA of 4.20, 5 runs. 5 of them have been earned. He's given up 9 hits, struck out 5, and walked 2. Breaking the action here with a pitching change for the Mitchell Blue Jackets, starting off the third, who lead it now 1-0 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. You're listening to Rams Baseball on Mix 95.3.
When your job site needs to keep moving, count on Bender Lumber, now proudly a division of RP Lumber. From roofing and windows to decking doors and pro-grade tools, they're ready when you are. Need a job site delivery? Looking for free material takeoff? They can help with both. And they know the trades and are here to help keep your projects on schedule. Visit them in Paoli or BenderLumber.com. Bender Lumber, now part of the RP Lumber family. RP Lumber, best service, best value.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jeremy Payton, your Bedford Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Edward Jones and Jeremy Payton is a proud sponsor of high school sports on WUME. For all of your investment needs, call Jeremy Payton or visit edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Springer Insurance is proud to support our Paoli Rams as they work toward a successful season. The hard work that goes into training and preparation is something we truly value. Mark, Daniel, Thomas, and Greg will work with our team at Indiana Farmers Insurance to find the best coverage for your home, auto, farm, or business. Visit us at Springer Insurance in Orleans or call 812-865-3133. We love taking care of customers as much as we love our Rams. Go Rams!
Martin on in relief, and his first pitch is a foul right back off the screen off the bat of Austin Chastain, the Rams right fielder, for strike one. Changes for the Jackets with that pitching change as Felton has moved to third, McFadden to second, and Zeeks now is the first baseman for the Mitchell Blue Jackets around the diamond. So that move really shakes up the infield, a swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch to Austin Chastain for strike two. Really don't know what the problem was with Zeeks, but he went out there and threw a couple of warm-up pitches. Don't know maybe if he did develop a blister or something on that right hand. And the 0-2 pitch is going to be low and outside for ball one to Austin Chastain. Coming in here is Martin in relief. He's another right-hander on the hill. And the pitch is hit up the middle. Will it get through? It will for a base hit as a shortstop couldn't get over by the second base. And that'll be a leadoff single for Austin Chastain, a good sign for the Rams. That will be just their first hit of the ball game. And to the plate will be Carter Vernon. Carter, the young freshman second baseman, will stand in, looking for his first hit of the season. Actually, it looks like Logan Burton will be hitting instead, number 11. So Burton will hit for Vernon. Vernon had been nursing an injury, and he'll step in from that left side wearing number 11. See if that makes a change out on the defense for the Rams as well. Chastain, your base runner on at first, throw over and diving back in ahead of the throw. Logan Burton looking for his first hit as well. The right-handed hitter steps up to the plate. A big spot here for the Rams, who trail 1-0 in this ballgame. Another quick throw over. Martin paying a lot of attention to Austin Chastain at first with nobody out here in the inning in a one-run ballgame. Burton steps out, looks down. Head coach Jeremy Payton down the third base way to get the sign. Assistant coach Jeremy Reynolds down the first base way from the stretch. Martin brings the pitch home, a swing and a miss for strike one. Rams looking to get that runner over in scoring position, which will be the tying run right now in this low-scoring game. Martin in some trouble here, on in relief, swing and a foul ball back off the screen, and Burton behind in the count now at no balls and 2 strikes. 1 run in the first for the Jackets. Rams have not threatened at all. In fact, right now, Chastain, just their second base runner of the day and the first hit of the day for the Rams. Gavin Martin, the right-hander from the stretch, checks the runner, fires it home, and it's going to be low for ball one. 1-2 the count to Burton. Third baseman Parker Felton playing behind the bag, not anticipating a bunt here. As Gavin Martin has the sign to pitch home, and it's hit on the ground towards the second baseman. A slow roller. Only play for McFadden is to first, and that will get the runner over to second as Burton grounds out to 4-3 for out number 1. And that'll take us to the top of the order for the Rams, and Cooper Spires a chance here to help himself out. Right now, the pitcher of record for the Rams will come up to the plate. He lined out to the shortstop his first time up. on a nice play by Parker Reed to start off the game. Facing Martin for the first time here this afternoon with Chastain down at second and one out in the inning. Cooper standing in from the right side. The pitch home, and it's going to be a fastball taken on the inside part of the plate for strike one. Martin from the stretch with the runner on at second. That's Hickman. Second baseman McFadden holds him tight. A big hole there on the right side of the infield, and a strike called on the outside part of the plate. Smith drops the ball, but quickly able to corral it, keep it in front of him, as a good catcher does, and the base runner cannot advance. Spires, though, behind in the count at 0-2. So Martin right where he wants to be against the Rams leadoff hitter with one out in the inning. Martin checks the runner, brings it home, and this is going to be a fastball that sails a bit high and outside. Count goes to 1-2. Chastain opened up with a single, was able to get down to second on the ground out. That's where he stands now with one out. The pitch home, and it's hit up the middle. It goes off the mound, takes a high hop. Shortstop comes over. Can he glove him? And he gets him. Real nice play by Parker Reed to snare that ball with his offhand and barehanded that ball and caught it, threw it in one motion, moved the base runner over to third, but that'll be out number two on a good play once again by the shortstop, and that will bring to the plate Tyler Hannon, a big opportunity here for the Rams' third baseman. So the shortstop is robbed Cooper Spires of a couple of possible hits here in this game. Hannon, he hits the first pitch into the hole. Reeve goes over deep in the hole, long throw across the diamond, and they got him. Well, it was the inning of Parker Reeve and his defense here that keep the Rams from scoring as he goes ranging to his right into the hole and makes a strong throw across the diamond for out to number three as the defense for the Jackets comes up strong here in the top half of the third. Rams no runs. There was one hit, one man left on, and no errors. To the bottom of the third, the Jackets still cling to a 1-0 lead. You're listening to Rams Baseball on Mix 95.3.
Are you ready to see the world with clarity and style? Look no further than InFocus Eye Care on West Hospital Road in Paoli. At InFocus Eye Care, they offer comprehensive eye exams, a wide selection of fashionable eyewear, and the latest in contact lens technology. Their expert team is dedicated to providing personalized eye care for the entire family. Call 812-723-4752 and schedule your appointment. Now, open Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5. InFocus Eye Care, where your vision is their focus.
Woohoo! Look at that!
Oh, you're pumped?
Yeah, check this out. I'm 30% to my vacation savings goal.
Your life depresses me.
Well, some people actually have to save so they can travel.
How did you save so much already?
Goal-based savings from Hoosier Hills Credit Union. I set a goal amount and deadline. They recommend how often and how much to save and offer auto transfers. It's vacation savings on autopilot.
I see what you did there.
Hoosier Hills Goal-Based Savings Accounts, a free financial tool for Hoosier Hills members. Visit a Hoosier Hills location to join today. Federally insured by NCUA.
Rams back out to the field, trailing 1-0. We see Logan Burton has stayed in to take over for Carter Vernon. Carter talked with Coach Payton, and we're talking when I went down there in the dugout. He's nursing a kind of a hip flexor and was not having good lateral movement out in the field, so they were able to give him at least a chance. He wanted to see how he fared, and he was lifted for a pitch hitter and now lifted in the field. As for the Mitchell Blue Jackets, will be the top of the order here in the third to face Cooper Spires for the second time. And Dawson Kerr takes a big cut and fouls off the first pitch for strike one. Kerr was hit by a pitch. A wild pitch moved him over to second. Then he came in to score the only run of the ball game off the single by Cooper McFadden. Strike one pitch to the lefty, and it's a little pop-up to the shortstop. Backhanded, knocked down by Hughes. And that will go down, and that'll put a base runner on. Let's see, is our official score going to call that what? I'm looking down, and nobody wants the base hit. Okay, we'll give him a base hit on that one. So that will put him on at first base. And for the Jackets, it's going to be their third hit of the ball game. And that'll bring up Gavin Martin. Martin, a strikeout victim, looking his first time up. Jackets again have a base runner on. They've done that every inning so far here in this contest. And again, it is the leadoff hitter on. Throw over to first, and Stepping back in is Dason Kerr. Martin the first time got the count to a 3-2 pitch before he was called out looking. Third baseman Hannon coming in to what would be the edge of the grass, but this one's flied out the center. Justin Thornton ranges back, looks up, and pulls it out of the sky, and that'll be out number 1 on Martin's pop out to the center fielder. Justin can track him out there for the Rams, and that'll bring up Cooper McFadden. McFadden single at an RBI for the Blue Jackets. Of course, now playing second base is the junior. Coming in, hitting .222, but that's gone up with that base hit. Kerr on at first base. He takes off, swing and a miss. Throw down by Klunk, going to sail way to the first base side of second base, and Burton able to come back and field it, but that'll be a stolen base for Kerr. He will be down at second with 1 out, and the count now 0-1 to McFadden. Swung there to protect his base-running teammate. Now can he come through like he did in the first? And he fouls the next one off the screen for strike 2. Cooper Spires. That pop out by Martin was the first out of the game that was not a strikeout recorded by the Rams right-hander. From the stretch, checks the runner down at first, the pitch home, and it's hit on the ground to the second baseman. Burton fields it, throws it over to first, and that'll be out number 2, but it will move the base runner over to third. So McFadden, the second out of the inning, and that'll bring Bryson Zeeks to the plate. Zeeks, a strikeout victim, his first time up as well. Runner down at third base, but 2 outs for the Jackets. And Zeeks trying to come up with a big 2-out hit. Cooper Spires for the Rams is trying to close him down here, not have any further damage in a 1-0 ball game. Pitching from the full line with the runner on, and there's a shot out the right field, but it's right to the right fielder. That being Austin Chastain, looks up at the sun and able to snare it there. Zeke's hit it on the button, but he hit it to the Rams right fielder, and that will be out number 3 of the inning for the Mitchell Blue Jackets. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left on, and there were no Ram errors at the end of 3. On the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard, Jackets lead at 1-0. You're listening to Rams Baseball on Mix 95.3.
No two of us are exactly alike. That's why you need a financial advisor with the freedom to focus on the details that make your life your own, your family, the dreams that inspire you. Whatever your goals, you need an advisor who can create a plan uniquely tailored to you, all backed by the sophisticated resources of Raymond James. To learn more, call financial advisors Jamie Sullivan or Jenny Baker at 812-849-2670. Raymond James and Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange SIPC.
In need of a financial checkup? Consider Whitfield Investments for comprehensive investment advice and wealth management services. As a passionate Paoli native, Wes Whitfield places the needs of his clients first as he works to grow a stronger, financially savvy community of investors, families, and individuals. Give Whitfield Investments a call today at 812-203-2545 to learn more about how Wes can help you stay on track with your goals, both now and in the future.
Coming to bat here in the 4th inning, middle part of the order. Hitters 5, 6, and 7. I was looking at the wrong side there. For the Rams, hitters 3, 4, and 5. Kirkland Hughes, Justin Thornton, and Dom Garcia due up here at the plate to face Gavin Martin in relief for the first time. Well, it was Parker flashing the leather there with some great defensive plays in that 3rd inning to keep the Rams off the scoreboard. And the first pitch to the Rams shortstop, Kirkland Hughes, is going to be low for ball 1. Hughes flied out to the center fielder his last time up. Next offering is going to be a fastball taken at the knees for strike 1, 1-1. Again, those changes with Zeeks moving to first. McFadden is at second and Felton over to third base. The next pitch is going to be low and outside to Kirkland Hughes, and the count goes to 2-1. Kirkland coming in hitting .350 on the year. Trying to get something going here for the Rams. Swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Blake King out in left, Ace and Kerr in center. Boston True, the right fielder here today for the Jackets defense. Hit on the ground, a couple of hops to Zeke's at first base, calls off the pitcher, and that'll be out number one, the first baseman unassisted. And that will bring to the plate Justin Thornton for the Rams. Justin, a strikeout victim his first time up when he faced Bryson Zeke's, now facing Gavin Martin for the first time here this afternoon. One out in the inning, nobody on for the Rams here in the fourth at Seitzinger Field in this PLAC matchup. And Martin ready to deal, the wind and the pitch, and it's going to be just off the plate outside for ball one. Not a good crowd on hand as we expected between these two ball clubs, and as we've talked about whenever we come here to Mitchell, the next pitch is a strike on the inside part of the plate, the way that things are set up here for the softball and baseball complexes. They got that berm out between both fields. You can go out there and set and enjoy the game. And if you're one of those families where you got a player of it softball and baseball on some nights, you can sit out there and watch both games without much problem. And the next pitch is going to be low and outside to Justin Thornton. The count goes to 2-1. Nobody on, one out here in the inning for the Rams, trailing at 1-0. Martin winds and pitches. This one's going to be fouled and out of play down the first base way. Some Ram fans there have to scatter just a bit. And that'll pull the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Justin coming in, as we mentioned, just hitting 100 on the season for the right-handed hitting junior center fielder. Steps in at the plate. Martin ready to deal. The 2-2 delivery, and this one's going to sail outside. And the count goes to 3-2, so Thornton should get something to hit here, see if he can jump on one. On deck is Dom Garcia for the Rams. Martin with the wind, the quick delivery pitch home, and this one's going to be high, and that's going to be a one-out walk as Thornton will go down to first base. The second walk issued by Mitchell pitching here this afternoon. The Rams get another base runner, and Dom Garcia will come to the plate. The Rams' first baseman 0 for 1. He was a strikeout victim his first time up, coming into this contest hitting .188. Thornton, a definite threat to steal for Paoli, but Zeke's now holding the runner on, and Gavin Martin, the right-hander, will pitch from the stretch. One out in the inning. Garcia waits the first pitch. It's on its way, and it's going to be high for ball one. Dom, his first time up, went down swinging on a 1-2 pitch. Be the first time he's facing Martin. A quick throw over. Martin kind of hesitated, thought that Thornton might be leaning just a bit, but Justin able to gather himself and slide in head first ahead of that tag. Dom steps out of the batter's box, now back in. Zeke holds the runner near the cut of the grass with the right foot, or the cut of the turf, I should say. The wind in the pitch. There goes Thornton, swing and a miss. The throw down on one hop, and Thornton going to slide in ahead of the tag. And Justin will be down at second base with a stolen base in scoring position. And the count goes to 1-1 to Dom Garcia. One out in the inning. Rams, though, have the tying run in scoring position at second. See what Garcia can do to move him around even closer. Second baseman McFadden dances in to hold the runner. Martin from the stretch. Checks, brings it home, and a swing and a miss by Garcia. May have gotten just a piece of that, but it goes down to strike number 2, and the count goes to 1-2. Dom backs out of the batter's box, now settles back in from the right side. 1-2 pitch by Martin from the stretch, and it's going to be outside. Garcia does not go for that one, and the count goes to 2-2. Kirkland Hughes grounded out to the first baseman to start the inning. Thornton a walk and stolen base. He's down at second. And the 2-2 count on the way. And time is called, and they're going to award the base down to Thornton. I don't know if it was a balk or what that time. Is that what it was? So a balk going to be called, and that will move Thornton down to third. He becomes the first Rams base runner to reach third. So Rams 90 feet away from tying up this ball game. Garcia just got to put the ball in play here and see if he can create something for the Rams. As Martin pitch from the stretch. Left side of the infield comes in against the right-handed hitter. Martin from the stretch checks the runner and fires it home, and it's going to sail outside, and the count goes full at 3-2. Justin Thornton at third for the Rams, representing the tying run in this 1-0 ball game. Top half of the fourth inning here at Seitzinger Field. Gavin Martin on in relief from the stretch, and the 3-2 pitch to Garcia is fouled out of play down the first base line behind the dugout of the Rams, and Dom will get another offering here from Martin. Rams trying to tie up this ball game in the fourth inning, trying to get an unearned run across here. As Gavin Martin from the stretch checks the runner Thornton at third. Now brings the pitch home to Garcia, and it's going to be popped up and straight out of play again. So Dom hanging tough at the plate, the right-handed hitting first baseman, making Martin work here with the runner on at third and one out in the inning. On deck is Aiden Hickman for Paoli. Martin checks the base runner at third. The 3-2 pitch on the way, and Garcia hits it out into left field. That's going to get down for a base hit, and the Rams have tied up this ball game 1-1 on a single by Dom Garcia out to left. And Garcia comes up with a big RBI single for Paoli, and that will drive in Justin Thornton for the Rams' first run of the ball game to tie it up 1-0. So Paoli finally able to scratch out a run here, picks up that run on just their second hit of the day, and that'll bring up Aiden Hickman to the plate. Hickman grounded to the second baseman his first time up. Steps in from the right side. Martin from the stretch. Hickman squares the butt, bunts it up in the air, and it's going to be foul as it came down the first base side as Smith came out of there looking for it but just couldn't locate it in time, and it goes down as a strike. Rams trying to move the base runner over, that being Garcia down at first base. 1-1 as the Rams have come back to tie it up here in the fourth. Martin on in relief as the third baseman Felton plays even with the bag against Hickman, the right-handed hitting batter for the Rams. Again, squared the bunt, pulls it back, didn't get there in time, and a quick throw down to first base as Garcia comes scampering back. Dom got a little bit too far off that time, and throw got down there on a couple of hops. In the meantime, it goes down as strike two to Hickman. Garcia getting his lead. Martin again from the stretch, the right-hander checks the runner. Brings the pitch home, and this one's going to be popped up in the air down the third base side. Is there a play? And it is in foul territory in the coach's box that time by Parker Felton, and that's a big out for Martin with a pop-up in foul territory for out number 2, and that will bring Raleigh Clunk to the plate for the Rams. Raleigh's first time up was a strikeout victim swinging. Dom Garcia down at first base with 2 outs now. Martin from the stretch. Checks the runner, brings it in, and Clunk chops it down to third, fielded at the bag. Long throw over on one hop, and they get him. It's been the good defense on the left side of the infield tonight. This time it's Parker Felton with a great play down the line to get Clunk at first base, and that will be out number 3 for the Rams. But here in the fourth, for Paoli, they pick up 1 run. They have 1 base hit, and they leave 1 man on. There were no errors for the Jackets. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth, tied 1-1 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard.
Every day, children in our community enter the court systems because of abuse or neglect, and they need someone to speak up for them. That's where CASA comes in. Our volunteers stand beside them, making sure their voices are heard and their best interests come first. It's incredibly important work, and we need more people willing to make a difference. I'm Chrissy Evans, Orange County CASA Director. If you've ever wondered how you could help a child in a meaningful way, I'd love to talk with you. Call 812-723-2411.
Looking for a reliable landline phone service you can trust? With Orange County Fiber, you'll get crystal clear phone service that's perfect for staying connected. Home or business, we've got plans that fit. Bundle with fiber service or home security monitoring and save every month. Count on the local service you already know and trust with Orange County Fiber. Visit us at www.myremc.coop or call 812-865-2229. Simple, dependable service made just for you.
All tied up 1-1 as we go to the bottom of the fourth here at Seitzinger Field. And for the Mitchell Blue Jackets, it'll be hitters 5, 6, and 7. Parker Felton, Boston True, and Blake King coming to the plate. As for the Rams, beginning his fourth inning of work is Cooper Spires. Spires here so far today has given up a 1 run, and he has allowed 3 Mitchell hits so far. He struck out 6, not walked a batter, but he has hit 1 batter. As he now works with the game tied at 1-1. Had been trailing ever since the first inning, but his teammates able to scratch out that run in the top half of the fourth, and now it'll be up to Spires to keep this game right where it is. Cooper will face Felton for the second time. Felton, a strikeout victim his first time up, and he hits the first one on a line right to the shortstop. Kirkland Hughes does not even have to move. And quickly 1 pitch, and there is 1 out in the inning for the Mitchell Blue Jackets. Boston True will come to the plate. Boston had a single to lead off the second inning. He stole second, and then that's where he was left stranded as the next 3 hitters went down swinging. 1 out, nobody on. The first pitch to True is going to sail outside for ball 1. Rams right-hander Cooper Spires could use a quick inning. He's a lot of pitches during those first 3. Next delivery is going to sail high and inside, and the count goes to 2-0. True coming in, the sophomore right fielder, hitting .333. That's gone up a few points, but that base hit earlier in this ball game. He looks at an off-speed pitch that is going to be low and inside, and now he's ahead in the count at 3-0. As we mentioned, Cooper has not walked a batter yet. Squaring around the bunt now, pulling it back and taking a strike is Boston True, and the count goes to 3-1. Cooper trying to battle back here on the leadoff hitter. The wind, the 3-1 delivery, and it is hit up into the air out in the left field. Coming in and not getting to it will be Aiden Hickman. I think he might have lost it there just for a bit. It was really up in the air and then came down very quickly. But True now perfect 2 for 2 on the day with a couple of singles. He's down at first base. Be the 4th hit of the day for the Mitchell offense, and now to bring up Blake King. King struck out his first time up, the left fielder. Wears number 3 on the back of his jersey, and he'll stand in with 1 out and 1 on. Oh, this one goes wild pitch, sails all the way back to the backstop here. As Spires just had that one come out of his hand way off the mark, and that'll put the runner down at second base with 1 out in Boston True. Cooper trying to settle in here with the runner on at second. Burton, the second baseman, holds him on, and there's another wild pitch that goes all the way back to the backstop. Klunk tries to track it down and does, but not before True is motored over to third base on a couple of wild pitches in a 1-1 ball game. Well, very uncharacteristic of the Rams right-hander Cooper Spires. 2 of them get away from him, and the count is 2-0 to Blake King. King a chance now to maybe drive in a run to put his team on top. Third baseman Hannon comes in to the cut of the turf, swing and a miss for strike 1. Last time that Spires was in this position, he was able to get 3 consecutive strikeouts. He just needs 2 now to get out of this inning. And the 2-1 pitch is outside, and the count goes to 3-1. True with a single to left, a couple of wild pitches, and he's down at third in a 1-1 ball game. The 3-1 pitch, and there's a strike taken at the knees on the inside part of the plate. The count goes full at 3-2. Blake King getting .294 on the year, 5 RBIs. Would like to add another one to his total, and this one's going to sail inside all the way back to the screen. Klunk, though, quickly able to spot it and corral it to keep the runner at third. It's going to be a walk to Blake King with 1 out. That'll put runners at the corners. First walk of the day for Cooper Spires. And now to bring up Cody Howard, the number 8 man in the hitting order. Howard, the DH, struck out his first time up. He hits for Aiden Smith, the catcher, as Raleigh Klunk now steps out in front of the plate with runners at the corners and 1 out. Calls out a signal to let his defense know what they want to do. The infield will be at double play depth. Holding the runner on at first is Garcia, and even with the bag is handed down at third against the left-handed hitter. The first pitch sails way outside, and that's going to be ball 1 to Cody Howard. A little bit of control issues here for Cooper Spires in this 4th inning after he got the first batter out. The 1-0 pitch, again, going to sail high and outside, and the count goes to 2-0. True down at third base, King on at first with one out in the inning in a tie ball game. From the stretch, the runner goes. The throw down, and they're going to get him, I believe. No, going to slide in ahead of the tag. Throw was there, but it was just a good slide that time by King, and he will be down at second on the stolen base. A lot of times you just see them throw it right back to the pitcher, but that time Clunk was right where he needed to be, but just a better play at the bag by the base runner. And now to put two runners in scoring position, the count 2-1 to Howard. Spires from the stretch, and this one sails outside, and the count goes to 3-1. So Cooper having problems locating the strike zone here against the bottom part of the order in a 1-1 ball game. Jackets threatening here in the bottom of the fourth. Spires from the stretch, fires it in, and that's going to be a strike on the outside part of the plate. And that's only strike two, right? I think the umpire kind of rung him up there, didn't he? But we got to get adjusted there. Cody Howard said, "No, I don't think so. Don't cheat me out of a pitch." The count goes full at 3-2. See if Spires can now pull the string again with 2 on and 1 out, and this one's going to sail inside, and that's going to be back-to-back walks to load up the bases for the Mitchell Blue Jackets. Spires again in control issues, and that'll bring up Parker Reeve to the plate to shortstop. Parker's done the job in the field today, and if he can come up with a hit here, that would really be a bonus day for him. With the bases loaded and 1 out in the inning. Reeve, a strikeout victim, his first time up. Rams come in at the corners. They're at double play depth at second and short. Spires will pitch from the full wind. It goes all the way back to the backstop. Clunk able to smother it and keep the runner down at a third base. This time, Reeve looks at it out of the strike zone, and Cooper's had some issues in this inning, and now head coach Jeremy Payton will come out and see if he can try and settle down his right-handed hurler, as this inning started off innocently enough with a line shot to the shortstop, Kirkland Hughes, but then a single and a couple of wild pitches. Boston True over to third, a walk and a stolen base by Blake King put him on at second, and then a walk loaded him up to Cody Howard on a 3-2 pitch. Rams, they go to their next pitcher in line. That will be Tyler Hannon, the third baseman, but Coach Jeremy Payton has the decision made. He talks with his right-handed hurler, Cooper Spires, and he's going to leave him in with the bases loaded and only 1 out in this inning. The Jackets, a single run in the first. The Rams were able to tie it up in the top half here of the fourth inning. Spires on, now in a big situation here with 1 out in the inning, bases loaded. The next pitch is going to be low and outside, and the count goes to 2-0 to Parker Reeve. Cooper looking into Raleigh Clunk. The pitch home, and it's going to be fouled back off the screen off the bat of Reeve, and the count goes to 2-1. Reeve just going to try and put the ball in play, make something happen here with only 1 out in the inning, and the bases are loaded. The 2-1 delivery is going to be sailing outside, and that puts the count at 3-1 and nowhere to put him. Reeve, the number 9 man in the order. On deck is Dason Kerr, the leadoff hitter. The 3-1 pitch by Spires, swing and a miss, and the count goes to 3-2. Spires trying to finish off Parker Reeve, the number 9 man in the order, with the bases loaded and only 1 out. Reeve steps out of the batter's box, now back in, crowds the plate from the right side. Shaking off the sign, now delivering is Cooper Spires, swing and a miss, and Reeve goes down on strikes. A big out there for the Rams, and that'll be strikeout number 7 recorded by Cooper Spires. Takes us to the top of the order, though, a dangerous hitter in Dason Kerr. Hit by a pitch and scored, and then singled and was left stranded back in the third inning of play. Steps in from the left side. The Rams now move the infield back with 2 outs in the inning. Outfield is shaded towards a bit right against the left-hander. A little number out in front of the plate. One hopper fielded by Spires, throws it over to first to get out of the inning without any damage done. But the Jackets do threaten. There were no runs in this inning. There was 1 base hit. There were 3 men left on and no Ram errors. At the end of 4 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard, we're tied 1-1. You're listening to Rams Baseball on Mix 95.3.
Paoli Health and Living is a senior living community that's not like the others. It's rich in history, a community landmark, and a place to call home. Get the care you need and deserve with Paoli Health and Living rehabilitation programs. Be unstoppable and take the guesswork out of therapy with their unique and personalized programs. And for residents needing extra care, the long-term care program is equipped with an expert team of nurses and therapists, dietitians, and dedicated certified nursing assistants. Learn more about the services available to you at Paoli Health and Living. Call 812-723-2595.
In need of a financial checkup? Consider Whitfield Investments for comprehensive investment advice and wealth management services. As a passionate Paoli native, Wes Whitfield places the needs of his clients first as he works to grow a stronger, financially savvy community of investors, families, and individuals. Give Whitfield Investments a call today at 812-203-2545 to learn more about how Wes can help you stay on track with your goals, both now and in the future.
Right-hander Gavin Martin goes back out on the mound in relief, beginning his 3rd inning of work here, taking over for Bryson Zeeks, who went the first 2. And Zeeks went out to the mound in the 3rd, but then after a couple of warm-ups came out, and Gavin came in relief, moved some players around on the infield. Very versatile team, though, that Coach J.D. Gaines has here, one of their strong suits, and they have not let up at all. They've had some great plays, particularly from the shortstop and third baseman here in this ball game. Rams come to the plate in the 5th inning. It'll be hitters 8, 9, and 1 due up. That'll be Austin Chastain, along with Logan Burton, and then to the top of the order in Cooper Spires. Chastain, the right fielder, singled and was left stranded back in the 3rd inning of play, as he'll face Gavin Martin, standing in from the right side to lead it off here in the 5th. The first pitch is an overhand fastball for strike 1. So far, Martin is in this ball game has only given up the 1 run so far in his work, and a couple of hits. It's hit on the ground. Second baseman smothered there, but knocking it down is McFadden, but he had the range far to his right and come up with the throw. We'll see what our base hit on that one. He had the range far to his right, and the Rams will take that. Chastain has his 2nd hit of the ball game, and he'll be on at first base. So the Rams will look back as it'll be now we're going to have a pitch hitter as Riley Coate will come to the plate. So Coate will come up as a pitch hitter for the second baseman. Riley will stand in from the right side for the Rams. And quickly checking here, Coate looking for his first hit of the season as well. So he'll try and get something going here for the Rams. 3rd hit of the day for Paoli. As Coate steps in from the right side, Chastain on at first. First pitch, Riley squares the bunt, misses. Oh, they got him picked off. They got him. Chastain caught, throw down to first. Zeeks runs him to second. There to cover as a shortstop. And coming over, can they get him at first base, sliding in? And they do. So the Rams get caught in a rundown on a mistake as they get the base runner that time. And that will go, let me write that down, see if I get that right. It goes 2 to 3 to 6, back to 1. So all in all, it's going to be an out, the first of the ball game, in the pickoff play right there for Mitchell, as they again come up with a nice defensive play to erase the Rams' leadoff hitter. And the count to Riley Coate is 0-1. Coate hitting in the number 9 slot as Cooper Spires on deck for Paoli. Rams unable to take advantage of that leadoff single, at least right now. 1 out, nobody on. And Coate will take one low for ball 1, 1-1. Riley has caught several games so far, the young freshman, as he looks at the next pitch, and it's going to be low as well, and the count goes to 2-1. Outfield straight away coming in and very shallow at center and right as Coate looks at the next pitch low and inside, and he's got to count up to 3-1. Riley crowding that plate, standing in the back of the batter's box. And the next pitch is going to be low and inside, so he will get a one-out walk for the Rams. That'll be the second walk issued by Martin, and that'll bring Cooper Spires to the plate as Cooper will come up 0 for 2. He's lined to the shortstop and grounded out to the shortstop as Parker Reeve has made a couple of really good plays in the field against the Rams' leadoff hitter to keep him off base. As Coate will get the lead down at first, being held there by Zeeks. Martin with the wind and the pitch and a quick throw down. Coate, can he get back in? And he does ahead of the throw. As Cooper Spires, I believe he took that one low for a ball, and he did ball one. Rams in a 1-1 ball game trying to get something going here in this fifth inning. Already had one base runner erased. The 1-0 pitch is hit out into center field coming in, and now holding his ground is Dason Kerr. Hit it on the nose again, did Cooper, but right to a defensive player. That'll be out in number 2 of the inning. And that'll bring up Tyler Hannon to the plate. Hannon walked and was left stranded in the first and then grounded out to short in the last plate appearance in the third. See if the Rams may make a base running change here. I believe they do. As base running for the Rams will be Peyton Gammon, number 15. He'll replace a Coate as a courtesy runner. So Gammon be on at first base as he will see his action here today. And Tyler Hannon steps to the plate. Rams third baseman hitting just 125 on the year, the senior with 3 RBIs. In the Rams bats, a little bit more today with a couple of hits, but they have struggled all year. The first pitch popped up over behind second base, going out of the second baseman, but then coming in the right fielder, that's Boston True, to call him off to make the play. And that'll be the third out of the inning for the Rams. Well, they had a base runner on and picked off and then a walk, but cannot push that runner across. No runs. One hit in the inning, one man left on, and there were no Mitchell errors. Will go down to the top half of the fifth here, bottom half of the fifth at Seitzinger Field in a 1-1 ball game. You're listening to Rams Baseball on Mix 95.3.
When your job site needs to keep moving, count on Bender Lumber, now proudly a division of RP Lumber. From roofing and windows to decking doors and pro-grade tools, they're ready when you are. Need a job site delivery? Looking for free material takeoff? They can help with both. And they know the trades and are here to help keep your projects on schedule. Visit them in Paoli or benderlumber.com. Bender Lumber, now part of the RP Lumber family. RP Lumber, best service, best value.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jeremy Payton, your Bedford Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Edward Jones and Jeremy Payton is a proud sponsor of high school sports on WUME. For all of your investment needs, call Jeremy Payton or visit edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Rams make some changes here as they've got Hannon on pitching. Looks like the right fielder Chastain has moved into second base for Paoli, and they have moved Logan Burton out to right field for Paoli here in the change here in the fifth. So those are the changes out in the field here for the Rams. As on in relief will be Tyler Hannon for his teammate Cooper Spires. Spires went 4 innings, gave up 1 run on 4 hits. He struck out 7, walked 2, and hit 1 batter. And that will now bring to the mound for the Rams their right-hander in Tyler Hannon, kind of the 1A and 1B as far as the Rams pitching here this season. For Hannon, he has not given up an earned run so far this year. He has a 2-0 record. And Tyler for the season, 11.2 innings, given up 4 hits, 1 run. That was unearned. And then he's walked 5 and struck out 18 so far here in this young season for the Rams. Well, it'll be his job right now to keep this game where it stands at 1-1. For the Jackets, it will be hitters 2, 3, and 4. Gavin Martin, Cooper McFadden, and Bryson Zeeks due up here in the bottom of the fifth in a 1-1 ball game. Martin, now the pitcher, is 0 for 2 on the day, a strikeout and a pop-up. He bunts it, but it will be in foul territory behind the plate for strike one. Again, look for Hannon. The curveball slider has been his best pitches, and see if he'll mix an occasional fastball in there as well. So Spires battled through a lot of pitches here this afternoon in his 4 innings of work and is lifted here for Hannon. Rams trying to pick up their first conference win of the season and snap their losing streak. The next pitch is going to sail high and inside for ball 1-1. Mitchell on that 4-game winning streak. The Rams on a 3-game skid here in this Friday night matchup. Next pitch is a fastball, but it's going to be outside for ball 2-1. Martin hitting 158 coming into the ball game. The junior started at third, but then on in relief for Mitchell pitching. The 2-1 delivery from Hannon is popped up in the air down the right field line. See if there's a play coming over to second baseman Chastain, and he's just in just in fair territory, and he is able to make that catch, and that will be out number 1 of the inning. So that'll be 1 up and 1 down, as we see actually make that rather Gammon is the right fielder and not Burton for the Rams in that change. So Gammon, who came in to hit, will be out in right field for the Paoli Rams on their defensive side. So Peyton seeing his first action in the field here tonight. And that will bring McFadden to the plate. Swings and misses at the first offering from Tyler Hannon for strike one. McFadden, an RBI single in the first, and then he grounded out to second in the third inning of play. From the wind and the pitch, the right-hander, Tyler Hannon's fastball is low and inside for ball 1-1. 1 out in the inning, nobody on here for the Jackets. Tied up 1-1 at Seitzinger Field. Good duel going on between these two Patoka Lake Athletic Conference teams. The next pitch is going to sail outside for ball 2-1. Bryson Zeeks is on deck for the Jackets. Hannon ready to deal the 2-1 delivery. It's going to be outside, and the count goes to 3-1 to McFadden. Hannon on in relief of Cooper Spires, who went the first 4. The 3-1 delivery on the way, and there's a strike on the inside part of the plate. And the count goes to 3-2. So Hannon trying to battle back here and take care of the number 3 man in the order. The payoff pitch on the way, but it's going to be low and inside, and that's going to be a 1-out walk to McFadden. First walk issued by Hannon, third of the game for Rams pitching, and that will bring Bryson Zeeks to the plate. Cleanup hitter today has struck out looking and flied out to right field his last time up. Zeeks coming in today, hitting .385 on the year. I believe we may get a courtesy runner here for the Jackets. And we do. And it will be we get a Wiggly will be your courtesy runner here. Down at first base with 1 out, and Bryson Zeeks at the plate. Kogan Wiggly wears number 21 on his jersey. He's a junior outfielder when he is on the defensive side for the Jackets, but he represents the go-ahead run right now. Oh, the ball gets away from the catcher Clunk, and there goes Wiggly scampering down to second base on the pass ball. Rams have had some issues with wild pitches and pass balls here this afternoon. In fact, that helped the Jackets score a run back in the first. Their only tally so far today. 1-0 the count to Zeeks. Zeeks with the go-ahead run down at second. From the stretch, Hannon brings it in, and this one's going to be up high and inside on the breaking ball, and the count goes to 2-0. Zeeks started out pitching and then moved over to first base after 2 innings of work. From the stretch, checks the runner, and this one's going to be popped up and out of play down the right field line. Rams first baseman Dom Garcia, actually it stayed in play. Boy, he made a great run at it down in the bullpen. Thought that one was going to fade and go out, but it did not. But Garcia made a long run down the first base foul territory along the fence. Chastain tried to come over as well, but just couldn't get there in time, and it goes down as a long strike at 2-1. Base runner is Wiggly down at second. Pitch running for McFadden, who got on with a walk. 1 out in the inning. Chastain trying to hold the runner down at second from the stretch. And it brings it in, and it's hit out into right center field. Over is Thornton. It's over his head. That's going to go to the fence. That's going to drive in the go-ahead run at 2-1. Quickly, Thornton gets it back in from left center field. But there's Zeke's coming up with a ringing double out over the head of the center fielder. And that will put the Jackets back up on top now by a score of 2-1. So the walk comes back to haunt the Rams here in this 5th inning of play. And that will keep the inning alive as second run of the day, the 5th hit here for the Jackets. First run given up by Hannon, and the first hit given up by the right-hander as well. As Parker Felton comes to the plate, standing in from the right side. Runner still down at second with 1 out. And he looks at the first one inside for ball 1. Parker today has struck out and flied out to the shortstop. 1 out in the inning, 1 run already in for the Jackets, and this one's going to be popped up and out of play behind the home base area, and the count goes to 1-1. Rams now have Spires at third, Hughes at short, Chastain at second, Garcia at first, Hickman in left, Thornton in center, and Gammon in right field. Clunk behind the plate, Hannon on the mound, and there is a breaking ball hit out into center field, ranging over to his right is Thornton. Keeps the ball in front of him, and the play is in front of the base runner, Zeeks. He cannot advance, and that is a big out in the inning. That'll be out number 2 on the pop-up to the center fielder. And that'll bring up Boston True to the plate. Boston, a big day so far. He has singled twice, but unfortunately, he has not come in to score, been left stranded both times, but he's back in a situation with a base hit here. Could drive in another run. Right now, it's 2-1 in favor of Mitchell, as they have picked up this run here this afternoon. A walk, a pass ball, and then a double by Zeeks for the RBI. And that puts the Jackets on top in this 2-1 low-scoring ball game. As Raleigh Clunk goes out, talks to his pitcher, Tyler Hannon. Zeke's on at second base with 2 outs now. Bottom of the 5th inning here at Seitzinger Field. Hannon trying to limit this damage any further with only 1 run to come in. First pitch is going to be low and inside to True for ball 1. Jackets have made the Rams pitchers work here this afternoon, even though they've only scratched out a total of 5 hits. From the stretch, Hannon checks the runner, and his fastball is sailed inside and high, and the count goes to 2-0. Rams trying to close out this inning without any further damage. Hannon from the stretch. Checks the runner, brings it home, and this is going to be a strike at the knees on the outside part of the plate. The count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Tyler on in relief his first inning. Already given up a run on a hit here. And time going to be called. No, time taken. Is it going to time taken? That time called by the batter, that being Boston True. Umpire very emphatic to make sure that everybody in the field knew exactly what was happening at the plate. Hannon back from the stretch, checks the runner, Zeeks at second, brings it home, and this one's fouled off the bat and out of play. And Boston True, count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hannon 1 out pitch away here from getting out of this inning. If he can get rid of Boston True, so far as a perfect 2-for-2 day. Hannon from the stretch, checks the runner, an off-speed pitch, and he got him looking, throws him at the plate. A big strikeout there to end the inning. But the Jackets come up with 1 run on 1 base hit. They leave 1 man on. And there were no Ram errors at the end of 5 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Mitchell on top, 2-1. You're listening to Rams Baseball on Mix 95.3.
Tired of slow internet and weak Wi-Fi? Get connected with Orange County Fiber, your local reliable fiber internet service. With powerful parental controls, device prioritization, and built-in cybersecurity, your whole family can browse, stream, and game with confidence. And that's not all. Some plans even include indoor and outdoor cameras or video doorbells for extra peace of mind. Call Orange County Fiber at 812-865-2229. Fast, safe, and smart internet for your home or business.
Springer Insurance is proud to support our Paoli Rams as they work toward a successful season. The hard work that goes into training and preparation is something we truly value. Mark, Daniel, Thomas, and Greg will work with our team at Indiana Farmers Insurance to find the best coverage for your home, auto, farm, or business. Visit us at Springer Insurance in Orleans or call 812-865-3133. We love taking care of customers as much as we love our Rams. Go Rams!
Find themselves in another close game on the road in conference play on this Friday night at Seitzinger Field, trailing 2-1 now on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard as we move to the 6th inning of play. For the Rams, it'll be hitters 3, 4, and 5. Kirkland Hughes, Justin Thornton, and Dom Garcia. As the Rams look to scratch out a run to tie it and hopefully get one to go ahead. The Rams have not led in this ball game. As on in relief now, Martin will begin his 4th inning of work for the Mitchell Blue Jackets, the right-hander on the mound. As Kirkland Hughes tries to get something going here for Paoli, leading it off, hitting .350 coming into today's ball game. He's flied out to center and grounded out to the first baseman unassisted. Looking for his first hit of the day to lead it off here in the 6th, and he looks at a fastball that is low for ball 1. Kirkland in a senior-dominated lineup here for the Rams. In fact, their first, 5 out of the top 6 hitters are seniors, and the next pitch is going to be low for ball 2. So Hughes looking to get on any way that he can. Martin in relief has given up a run on 2 hits, not had a strikeout, but has walked 2 batters. And now he's gone 3-0 to the leadoff man, Kirkland Hughes. On deck is Justin Thornton for Paoli. The 3-0 pitch on the way, and there's a strike on the inside part of the plate, and the count goes to 3-1. Kirkland taking all the way. Now he'll be up there with the green go sign to swing away, and he's going to take a walk as that one was inside, and Hughes draws a walk to lead off the inning here for the Rams, a good sign. 3rd walk issued by Martin in relief, and that'll bring up Justin Thornton. Thornton has struck out, walked, and scored back in the 4th inning, the only Ram player to score here this afternoon. See if Justin can move over his teammate as Kirkland Hughes sets up down at first base, being held there by Zeeks. Thornton steps out of the batter's box, now back in quick throw over, and Hughes slides in ahead of the tag. See how aggressive Coach Payton wants to be with base runners, and another quick throw over. But they might get Kirkland leaning a bit or not being attentive enough to get back in time for that quick toss back over. Thornton now settles back into the batter's box. Martin pitching from the stretch. First pitch in and bluff bunt and a quick throw down. Again, though, heading in instead of the tag will be Kirkland Hughes. And the count goes to 0-1. They called that a strike. Okay. So they say Thornton did go around on squaring up on the bunt. Justin backs out now back in. Rams trying to get that base runner over in scoring position, which would be the tying run. Overhand fastball is going to be outside. The count goes to 1-1 to Justin Thornton. Rams center fielder in a big spot here for Paoli. Just trying to get the bat on the ball and make something happen. But the defense has been stellar here today for the Jackets, and both the Rams really no errors so far in this tightly played ball game. The next pitch is going to be low and outside, and the count goes to 2-1. Leadoff walk to Kirkland Hughes, the Rams shortstop, down at first base. Martin on in relief from the stretch. Checks the runner. Peers in, has the sign and the pitch, and it's going to be fouled off the fist of Thornton, straight back out of play behind us in the press box. And the count goes to 2-2. Well, we started out with a mix of sun and clouds. We still have that. The wind is kicking up a bit, but not as brisk as it has been from time to time, gusting. Right now the flag almost still. Martin from the stretch, and this one's again fouled back off the screen behind home plate. We'll do it again at 2-2. So Thornton making Martin work here, the second pitcher of the day. As Thornton stands in with Hughes over at first, getting his lead. From the stretch, the pitch in, and a swing and a miss, and Thornton will go down on strikes. It'll be the first out of the inning and the first strikeout recorded by Martin, and that is a big one, out number one. And that'll bring Dom Garcia to the plate. Dom today 1 out of 2 with an RBI, struck out and singled to drive in the Rams' only run back in the fourth inning of play. See if Dom can get up that second hit of the day. It should bring his average up to about 200 even. Quick throw over and Hughes again, sliding in head first to the bag. Martin, a nice little move there on his pickoff attempts. Dom steps out now back in. Outfield straight away, shade a little bit towards left, though in center and in right. For the right-handed hitting Garcia, who squares around the bunt. The play on throw down, and the ball gets away from the shortstop. Bounces out into out into center field as quickly coming in Kerr to back it up. That'll be a stolen base by Hughes. He'll be down at second base. So the Rams have the tying run at second base. And the count goes to 1-0 to Dom Garcia. So Garcia chance here to drive in another run as Kirkland a bit shook up on that slide in. I don't know if there was a collision with maybe the defender, but he's shaking it off, telling everybody I'm okay, that being the umpire and the Rams coaching staff. Coach Hannon out there to look at him a bit. Didn't quite get out to the foul line down the first base way. Now Aaron back, and Kirkland will get his lead down at second as Dom Garcia tries to keep the inning going here in a 2-1 ball game. Rams trying to get the tie. They have that runner down at second, and Garcia pops it up to the right side of the infield. Coming over is Martin in foul territory, right at the jacket logo in front of the Rams dugout, and that will be out, number 2. So Garcia pops up in foul territory to the pitcher, and that'll bring up Aiden Hickman, the left fielder. As Hickman will step in. Hickman today is grounded out to second and popped out to the third baseman in a foul territory. Runner on at second with 2 outs in the inning. So the Rams will need a 2-out hit here to tie up this ball game in the 6th. Martin from the stretch fires, brings it in, and there's a strike, a fastball on the inside part of the plate for strike 1. Hughes got this inning started with a walk, then stole second. Thornton struck out, and Garcia fouled out. It's up now to Aiden Hickman, the Rams left fielder, from the right side. He looks at the next one. It floats too far inside. Count goes to 1-1. And now the young catcher, Aiden Smith, the freshman, will go out and talk to his right-handed hurler in relief, that being Gavin Martin. Martin, who's been on in relief, this is going to be his 4th inning of work if he can wiggle out of this jam without any damage and try and preserve a 2-1 Mitchell lead. Rams have had some base runners on, but have only been able to push 1 run across the plate. Hickman stands patiently in the right-handed batter's box in the 1-1 count. Martin from the stretch checks the runner at second. There goes Hughes down to third. He will not draw a throw, but a strike will be called, and the count goes to 1-2. So down to third is Kirkland Hughes. A lot of ways you can score from there, even though there are 2 outs. Pressure on the catcher, Smith, though, to make sure everything is kept in front of him. The 1-2 pitch on the way, and it's popped up out into short right field. The right fielder coming in, makes a diving catch. No, it pops out of his mitt, and we're tied at 1-1. Boston True came in, went down to the turf, and looked like he had it in his mitt, but then whenever it went to the ground, it popped out, and Hickman will come up with the single there to drive in the run. And the Rams have tied it up here 2-2 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. So the Rams come up with a big 2-out hit here and much-needed run that they were able to come across the plate. And that'll bring up Austin Chastain with the runner down at first and 2 outs in the inning. Chastain takes a big cut, comes up empty on that one. actually make that rather clunk. The catcher, not Chastain, getting ahead of myself. Raleigh on the night 0 for 2. Rounded out and struck out, and he beats it foul down the third baseway for strike number 2. So Raleigh up there hammering away. See if he can get one to stay in fair territory, as Hickman will go back to first. He represents the go-ahead run here for the Rams in the top half of the sixth in a 2-2 ball game. Martin from the stretch. He checks the runner. Long pause brings it home, and it's hit on the ground to the shortstop. No cut off by the third baseman. Throw on the run, and they do not get him. As the ball bounces, they're going to wave in the runner. Here comes Hickman. Here comes the throw down the first base line, and it's not going to be in time. And the Rams get their first lead of the ball game, 3-2, on some aggressive base running here by the Rams. And that first error of the night will be a costly one for the Mitchell Blue Jackets, as that allows Hickman to come around the score, and Clunk will be down at first base. So Paoli able to manufacture a run here in this sixth inning of play, actually two of them, to take the lead. As Clunk, the catcher, there'll be a courtesy runner for him, as the Rams, well, I believe that's going to be, can't quite catch the number there. Maybe Llewellyn 19, we'll wait and see. Meanwhile, to the plate will be for the Rams. So Wolf will be the courtesy runner for the Rams. And to the plate will be Austin Chastain, as now Coach J.D. Gaines will come to the infield. He's going to talk things over. I think he may ask Zeeks if he might be able to come back in and pitch here after he went out. Meanwhile, Chastain's got a good day going. He was 2 for 2 with a couple of singles. So the Rams pick up a run here on only one hit, as Martin here has 2 outs in the inning. And he'll go 4 2/3. As we get a change here for the Jackets, as the Jackets, let's see, as Fields will come in to play first base. Is that correct? Okay. So Drake Fields, a sophomore infielder, will come in, replacing Zeeks. Fields moves in over to third, and it's 2 outs here in the inning. And the Rams lead it for the first time today, 3-2, as they have a base runner as well. Wolf as the courtesy runner down at first, and did it hit him? Yes, it did. So a hit batsman there by Chastain. He's going to go down to first, and that'll put runners now at first and second. And for Martin, the first hit batsman of the day. And for the Rams, that'll bring up to the plate Peyton Gammon. Gammon, now playing in right field, will be up there to take his cuts from the right side from the stretch. And the pitch. Here's a strike to Gammon, taking all the way for strike 1. Bottom part of the order coming through here for the Rams as they get their first lead of the day at 3-2. Martin with runners on at first and second, and Gammon looks at one inside, and the count goes to 1-1. All started off with a walk by Hughes, a couple of stolen bases, then an RBI single by Hickman, and an error on the ground ball to Clunk, and he's able to come around on the throw. Next pitch is a strike called on the outside part of the plate, a fastball, as Gammon looks at that one, and he falls behind in the count at 1-2. Gammon got to protect the plate here with runners on at first and second, 2 outs in the inning. The wind and the pitch, and the ball gets away from the catcher, goes all the way back to the screen, and the Rams will move up both base runners. So 2 runners now in scoring position as Wolf goes down to third. Chastain is at second, and the count goes to 2-2 to the Rams hitter Peyton Gammon, number 15. Gammon trying to keep this inning alive. There were 2 outs in the inning and the 2-2 count. On deck is the top of the order, Cooper Spires. Martin from the stretch checks the runners, brings it home, and a foul ball is Gammon just being very defensive at the plate. That one was up high and tight, and he was able just to get the bat on it to foul it back off the screen. And the umpire will track that one down behind home plate. Rams with 2 runners, though, in scoring position. 2 runs already in this inning, and they lead it for the first time today, 3-2 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Martin from the stretch. The 2-2 pitch, and it's going to be low and inside. And the count is full to Peyton Gammon. Gammon will step in. Base is open down at first. Runners at second and third for Paoli. The 3-2 pitch by Martin from the stretch on the way, and it's going to be low for ball 4. And Gammon battles back to pick up a big 2-out walk to load the bases for Martin. That's his 4th walk in relief, and that'll bring up Cooper Spires to the plate. A big spot here for the Rams senior. He can get a base hit. He can break maybe this game wide open. Coach J.D. Gaines will come out to the mound to talk it over with his hurler, Gavin Martin. And let's see if this might be it for Martin or not, as they'll check around to see who might be coming in to pitch here for the Mitchell Blue Jackets. If they're going to have a break in the action or not. Looks like they are. Looks like we're going to have a new pitcher in here for the Jackets, and that will be their 3rd hurler of the afternoon. So the night, or afternoon, I should say, will be over for Martin, who goes 4 2/3 innings. He was responsible for those 3 runs as a break in the action, and the Jackets bring in a new pitcher. Rams lead it, though, 3-2 here in the 6th. You're listening to Rams Baseball on Mix 95.3.
Sleep better knowing your home is protected. Imagine rainstorms rolling in, and you at peace knowing your home is protected by the best in the business. Join hundreds of Indiana homeowners who trust Summers Seamless Guttering. Your fully insured local experts in gutter installation, gutter cleaning, and gutter guard protection. Whether it's a new construction or time to replace your old leaky gutters, we have you covered. Our American-made seamless gutters are custom cut on-site, backed by multiple warranties for your peace of mind, installed by local experts who treat your home like their own. Love your home? Protect it properly. Choose Summers Seamless Gutters today and enjoy peace of mind all year round. Contact us now because the best protection starts at the top. Don't let rain damage cost you thousands in repairs. For a free estimate on any gutter service, call 812-620-4762 today. That's 812-620-4762. Summers Seamless Guttering, protecting Hoosier homes one gutter at a time.
Jackets bring in their 3rd pitcher of the day, and it'll be their shortstop, Parker Reeve, who is a sophomore. Reeve has pitched 11 innings so far. He's given up 5 hits, 2 runs. None of those have been earned. He struck out 16 and has walked 3 so far this season. So he comes on in relief as Martin will move over to the shortstop position as Reeve trying to get the final out of the inning, and they're loaded for the Rams with Spires at the plate. Reeve's first pitch is a strike at the knees on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Cooper got the collar so far today, 0 for 3. A couple of pop-ups and a ground out. Next pitch is going to sail inside for ball 1, 1-1. Spires the 8th man to bat here in this inning, but the Rams have only pushed across 2 runs so far, looking for more with 2 outs. The wind and the pitch, and it's a strike at the knees on the outside part of the plate. As Reeve, who made some nice plays in the infield from that shortstop position, is now called on to try and keep this game right where it is at 3-2 with the Rams on top in the top half of the 6th. Reeve from the stretch checks the runners, brings it home, and it's going to be fouled out of play down the right field line. And we will reset, keeping the count at 1-2. Paoli able to get some unearned runs here, thanks in part by a big error off the ground ball by Wally Klunk in this inning. The next pitch, and it's going to be a strike called on the inside part of the plate, freezes Cooper Spires, and that will be the 3rd out of the inning. But the Rams do come up with 2 runs in the inning. Only a 1 base hit. They leave 3 men on, and there was 1 error committed by the Mitchell Blue Jackets. as we will go now to the bottom of the sixth. The Rams on top by a score of 3-2. You're listening to Rams Baseball on Mix 95.3.
Are you ready to see the world with clarity and style? Look no further than InFocus Eye Care on West Hospital Road in Paoli. At InFocus Eye Care, they offer comprehensive eye exams, a wide selection of fashionable eyewear, and the latest in contact lens technology. Their expert team is dedicated to providing personalized eye care for the entire family. Call 812-723-4752 and schedule your appointment. Now, open Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5. InFocus Eye Care, where your vision is their focus.
Woohoo! Look at that.
Oh, you're pumped.
Yeah, check this out. I'm 30% to my vacation savings goal.
Your life depresses me.
Well, some people actually have to save so they can travel.
How did you save so much already?
Goal-based savings from Hoosier Hills Credit Union. I set a goal amount and deadline. They recommend how often and how much to save and offer auto transfers. It's vacation savings on autopilot.
I see what you did there.
Hoosier Hills Goal-Based Savings Accounts, a free financial tool for Hoosier Hills members. Visit a Hoosier Hills location to join today. Federally insured by NCUA.
Rams go back to the field for the first time this afternoon with the lead on their side of the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard, 3-2. Well, we figured it'd be a close game, and so far it has been, as Paoli able to scratch out a couple of runs in this sixth inning of play to get their first lead of the night. For the Jackets, they'll have the bottom third of the order facing Tyler Hannon, who will begin now his second inning of work in relief. It'll be Blake King, Cody Howard, and Parker Reeve. King on the day has struck out and walked in his two previous plate appearances, as the left fielder will stand in from the right side. So Paoli, see if they can get Tyler Hannon now working here, as the Rams will have Spires at third, Hughes at short, Chastain at second, Garcia at first, Hickman in left, Thornton in center, and Gammon out in right. Plunk behind the plate, and the first pitch of a strike to Blake King to start off the inning. Tyler on in relief after Spires went the first four. The next pitch sails a bit inside, handcuffed the catcher Clunk, and he'll be able to get the ball back quickly, though. Count goes to 1-1. Rams need to make quick work of the bottom third of this order, because Jackets will at least get to turn the lineup over one more time. It's poked out in the right field in front of Gammon on one hop. He'll get it back in, but that's a leadoff single by Blake King to the opposite field, as he'll have his first hit of the night and his second hit that he has given up, and that'll bring up Cody Howard to the plate. Howard, the designated hitter, hitting for Aiden Smith, the catcher, this afternoon. Howard has struck out and walked in his two previous plate appearances. Rams bring in Spires at the corner at third against the left-handed hitter. See if he'll want to bunt and move him around. Jackets down by one, but they have the leadoff hitter on. Throw over to first base, but no problem for King to get back ahead of the tag put on by Garcia. Hannon, right-handed senior on the mound for Paoli. Checks the runner, brings it in, and it's bunted, but it's going to be foul off the screen down the third base side. And that'll be strike one on Cody Howard. Coach J.D. Gaines trying to get that runner moved over, see if he can have a comeback victory. That's what it took the Jackets on Saturday to pick up their first conference win over Springs Valley. Hannon bluffs a throw over to first. King back in, standing up. Cody Howard settles back in the left-handed batter's box. Sun starts to peek through the clouds here in the evening. Hannon from the stretch. Checks, brings it in. Pulls back the bunt, but a strike going to be called, and the count goes to 0-2. On deck is Parker Reeve, now the pitcher for the Mitchell Blue Jackets. Tyler Hannon pitching from the stretch with the runner on at first. He checks the runner, peers in, has a sign pitch home, swing and a miss. The runner goes, throw down, but not in time. It'll go down as a stolen base and a strikeout. That'll be out number one of the inning. And for Hannon, that'll be his first strikeout recorded, but 8 on the day for Rams pitching. And to the plate comes Parker Reeve. Reeve, the number 9 man in the order. Well, he has a chance here to help himself out now since he is on the mound. And he is 0 for 2 this afternoon with 2 strikeouts. First pitch is high for ball one. Blake King, the tying run for the Jackets, is on at second with one out. The Rams play at medium depth in the infield. The shortstop and second baseman dance in behind the base runner to try and keep him close. Next pitch is going to sail inside from Hannon to ball two. Outfield straight away, shaded a little bit towards left here at Seitzinger Field. Wind in the pitch, and there's a strike called on the outside part of the plate. Symmetrical field here, 315 down the lines and 357, straight away center field. 2-1 count on Reeve. Handed from the stretch, deals, brings it in, swing and a miss, and that'll be strike two on Parker Reeve. On deck is leadoff hitter Jason Kerr for the Jackets. 2-2 count. Reeve hitting .067, the sophomore coming into today's ball game. A lot of time now, time going to be called as too much time taken by Hannon on the mound for Parker Reeve, the batter. He calls time. It is granted, and he will step out of the batter's box, checks with the umpire, and now settles back in. 2-2 is the count. One out and one on for the Jackets. Rams clinging to a one-run lead here in the bottom of the sixth. And the 2-2 pitch from Hannon is fouled back off the screen, and Reeve stays alive. And he'll back out and get ready to go again to face the 2-2 delivery. Jackets single run in the first and another tally in the fifth for their 2 runs of the day. Hannon, curveball, but this one is sailed just a bit high, and the count goes to 3-1. Rams picked up a single run in the fourth and 2 more in the sixth for their 3 runs here this afternoon and a 3-2 lead. Count is full on Reeve. The pitch home, and it's going to be low and inside. There goes the runner down to third as heads up base running that time by Blake King, and he's down at third on the stolen base as the walk is issued, and that'll put runners at the corners here now for the Mitchell Blue Jackets. Hannon, that'll be his second walk issued, but the tying run is down at third. The go-ahead run at first here for the Jackets in the sixth, and we'll go to the top of the order for Mitchell. Jason Kerr will stand in, hit by a pitch and scored in the first. Single was left stranded in the third, and then grounded back to the pitcher to end the fourth. Rams bring in the corners, and the first pitch to Kerr is outside for ball one. Jackets trying to mount a comeback here tonight. Rams trying to hold them off. It's up to Hannon. There goes the base runner down to second. Swing and a miss. The throw there is going to be late, and that'll put 2 base runners in scoring position for the Jackets at second and third. And the count goes to 1-1 to Kerr. So a base hit can not only tie this game, but maybe even give the Jackets the lead again. A big swing and a miss by Kerr for strike 2. Tyler Hannon in a bit of a spot here right now as he pitches from the stretch with 2 men on and 1 out in the inning. The wind and the pitch home, and it sails high, and the count goes to 2-2. 3-2, the Rams holding on to the lead, but the Jackets are threatening here in the sixth. The 2-2 delivery is fouled straight back off the screen in front of us. It'll stay at 2-2 as Kerr comes out of the batter's box. Might have stung a little bit that time. Your lead runner is Blake King down at second. He opened up with a single and stole a couple of bases. Then Reeve a walk and a stolen base. Howard struck out in between those. Here's a curveball that is outside, and the count goes full at 3-2 to Jason Kerr. Hannon back out on the rubber, checks the runners. Pitching from the stretch, brings it home. The payoff pitch is fouled down the left field line, and it's going to make its way, just stays in foul territory, but nowhere that Aiden Hickman could get to it in time to make a play. So it goes down as a long strike to keep the count at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Jason Kerr trying to be a hero here this afternoon for the Jackets. He's the leadoff man. He's got 2 teammates, 1 at second and 1 at third. And his team down by one. Hannon trying to pick up a big out here with first base open. The 3-2 pitch, and it's popped up to the shortstop. Nope, coming in will be Thornton at his short left field. He gets it. He's going to be a play at the plate to throw in, cut off by the pitcher, but nobody at third, and that'll tie up the ball game, as it will be a sacrifice fly for Kerr as he flies out to the center fielder. Will pick up an RBI, though. Coming in to score will be Blake King on the sacrifice, and we are tied now at 3-3 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Heads up a base running by Reeve, and he is down at third with 2 outs in the inning. So the Jackets have managed to come back and score their third run of the ball game, and that will bring up Gavin Martin with a runner on at third still, and he takes a strike at the knees for strike one. 2 outs in the inning. Hannon trying to finish it off here and keep it at a 3-3 ball game on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. A strike one pitch, and it's a beautiful curveball. Catches the inside part of the plate for strike two. 0-2. Martin on the day has struck out, popped up the center, and popped up to the second baseman. The 0-2 pitch is beat foul and out of play behind home plate, and the count stays at 0-2. Unearned run here in this inning for the Jackets have tied it up at 3-3. Tyler Hannon ahead of the count with 2 outs at 0-2. Appears in the clunk, goes from the full line. The strike two pitch is a shot over the head of the shortstop out into left center field, and Martin comes through with a big strike two out hit, and that will give the lead back over to the Mitchell Blue Jackets. As coming in to score will be Parker Reeve, and that will make it now a 4-3 ball game in favor of the Jackets. They get clutch hitting out from Gavin Martin to take the lead here this afternoon, and that'll be the third hit given up here by Tyler Hannon, and to the plate will be Cooper McFadden. He looks at the first run out of strike at the knees and makes it now 0-1. So Martin, a big RBI single to give the Jackets the lead. He takes off. The pitch is going to be low and bobbled by Clunk, and that will put Martin down at second base with a stolen base. Jackets have done a nice job of base running here this afternoon. That's going to be their fourth stolen base of this ball game. From the stretch, Hannon checks, brings it in, and it's beat on the ground to the second baseman. A slow roller. Chastain got to hurry, shovels it over to first to Garcia just in time to nip McFadden down the first base line. But the damage is done by the Jackets as they pick up a total of 2 runs in the inning. There were 2 base hits. There was 1 man left on, and there were no Ram errors. At the end of 6 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard, it is Mitchell 4, Paoli 3. You're listening to Rams Baseball on Mix 95.3.
No two of us are exactly alike. That's why you need a financial advisor with the freedom to focus on the details that make your life your own, your family, the dreams that inspire you. Whatever your goals, you need an advisor who can create a plan uniquely tailored to you, all backed by the sophisticated resources of Raymond James. To learn more, call financial advisors Jamie Sullivan or Jenny Baker at 812-849-2670. Raymond James and Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange SIPC.
Paoli Health and Living is a senior living community that's not like the others. It's rich in history, a community landmark, and a place to call home. Get the care you need and deserve with Paoli Health and Living rehabilitation programs. Be unstoppable and take the guesswork out of therapy with their unique and personalized programs. And for residents needing extra care, the long-term care program is equipped with an expert team of nurses and therapists, dietitians, and dedicated certified nursing assistants. Learn more about the services available to you at Paoli Health and Living. Call 812-723-2595.
Rams need the rally caps on here in the top half of the 7th, trailing 4-3, as both teams scored 2 runs in that 6th inning of play, but the lead swung back to the side of the Jackets on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Rams will have hitters 2, 3, and 4 here to try and tie up this game and go ahead. Tyler Hannon will lead it off. He's walked, grounded to short, and flied out to right field. As Reeve on in relief, swing and a miss on the first one to Tyler Hannon for strike one. Well, if Reeve can slam the door, he'll be the pitcher of record and pick up the win here this afternoon. The third hurler used by Mitchell today. A breaking ball catches the inside part of the plate, and behind in the count quickly now is Tyler Hannon at no balls and 2 strikes. Hannon coming in hitting 125 on the season. Digs in from that right side. The strike 2 pitch on the way from Reeve, and a swing and a miss. Bobbled though by Smith, gathers it, now throws it down to first base to Fields, and that'll be 1 up and 1 down as Reeve will record his first strikeout of the ball game. And that will bring up to the plate Kirkland Hughes. Hughes has popped up to the center fielder, grounded out to the first baseman unassisted, and walked and scored back in the 6th. Kirkland stands in from the right side, 1 out, and the base is empty. The first pitch is going to be low and outside for ball 1. Zeke started it off, went 2 innings. Martin went 4 2/3. And Reeve now the third pitcher, and there's a strike at the knees, and the count goes to 1-1 to Kirkland Hughes. Rams 1 out in the inning and nobody on. Need a base runner. Reeve now readjusts on the mound, the sophomore coming in. A big spot for him, and so far he's done the job. The 1-1 pitch is outside as Aiden Smith, the catcher, able to backhand that one. And a young battery here for this Mitchell Blue Jackets, a sophomore on the mound and a freshman behind the plate. 4-3, Jackets leading here in the top of the 7th. 2-1 pitch to Hughes, and it's going to sail outside and low. And the count goes to 3-1 to Kirkland Hughes. Rams just got to get a base runner on any way they can. Hughes walked the last time up. He hits a one-hopper right back to the pitcher. Reeve fields it cleanly. Couple of steps to first. Underhand throw to Fields, and there's quickly 2 up and 2 down in this inning. And the last hope for the Rams is Justin Thornton, the center fielder. Thornton has struck out, walked and scored in the 4th, and then struck out in the 6th inning. 2 outs here for the Rams and nobody on. As a back-and-forth game, the Jackets trying to close it out with a come-from-behind victory here this evening. Reeves' first pitch to Thornton is a fastball that catches the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Reeve, give him credit, did a great job at shortstop this afternoon with several nifty plays, and now trying to be the closer and winner here in this ball game. Fastball sails low and inside. The count goes to 1-1. Justin Thornton trying to keep it alive for the Rams. Steps in from the right side. The next pitch is fouled back off the screen, and the Rams are down to their last strike here, 1-2. Justin trying to keep it going. If he does, Dom Garcia is on deck for Paoli. But the Jackets lead it 4-3 here in the 7th with 2 outs and nobody on. 1-2 delivery from Reeve. And it's a strike called. A breaking ball catches the inside part of the plate. And that is out number 3 as the Rams go down 1-2-3 here in the 7th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. And that's your ball game as the Mitchell Blue Jackets keep their winning streak alive and stay undefeated in conference play as they defeat the Rams here this afternoon. Your final 4-3 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. You're listening to Rams Baseball on Mix 95.3.
Every day, children in our community enter the court systems because of abuse or neglect, and they need someone to speak up for them. That's where CASA comes in. Our volunteers stand beside them, making sure their voices are heard and their best interests come first. It's incredibly important work, and we need more people willing to make a difference. I'm Chrissy Evans, Orange County CASA Director. If you've ever wondered how you could help a child in a meaningful way, I'd love to talk with you. Call 812-723-2411.
Looking for a reliable landline phone service you can trust? With Orange County Fiber, you'll get crystal clear phone service that's perfect for staying connected. Home or business, we've got plans that fit. Bundle with fiber service or home security monitoring and save every month. Count on the local service you already know and trust with Orange County Fiber. Visit us at www.myremc.coop or call 812-865-2229. Simple, dependable service made just for you.
In need of a financial checkup? Consider Whitfield Investments for comprehensive investment advice and wealth management services. As a passionate Paoli native, Wes Whitfield places the needs of his clients first as he works to grow a stronger, financially savvy community of investors, families, and individuals. Give Whitfield Investments a call today at 812-203-2545 to learn more about how Wes can help you stay on track with your goals, both now and in the future.
Need a quick bite or cold drink or fuel for the road? Head to Betty's Food and Fuel, right across from Walmart at 656 North Gospel Street in Paoli. We're locally owned and operated and open Monday through Saturdays from 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. and Sundays from 6 to 10 p.m. Enjoy competitive gas, daily food specials, a hot deli, fresh wraps, salads, and cold sandwiches. Need an ATM or lottery ticket? We have both. Find us on Facebook at Betty's Food and Fuel. For questions, call 812-203-0227. Betty's Food and Fuel, the one-stop shop.
Predicted to be a close game, and it lived up to its billing here this afternoon as the Mitchell Blue Jackets come from behind to take a one-run victory over the Paoli Rams. Your final today on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard, Mitchell 4 and Paoli 3. The Jackets got things started off with a single run in the first inning, and that held up until the Rams came back in the fourth to tie it, as Paoli able to get a single tally on a walk, stolen base. Thornton scored on a single by Dom Garcia. But then the Jackets come back in the fifth inning. They're able to pick up a run on an RBI double by Bryson Zeeks to take a 2-1 lead. At the Rams, though, answer back in the sixth themselves as they pick up 2 runs. The big hit there was an Aiden Hickman single with an RBI, and that brought in Kirkland Hughes. Then Hickman eventually comes around to score on an error, and the Rams had their first lead of the day at 3-2. But for the Jackets, they came back with 2 of their own in the sixth inning. It all started off with a single by Blake King and a strikeout by Howard, a walk by Parker Reeve, and then a sacrifice fly by Jason Kerr tied it up, and then Gavin Martin on a 2-strike count lined a single over the head of the shortstop to drive in the run of Parker Reeve, which proved to be the winning run. And then Reeve, on in relief, came back and put the Rams down 1-2-3 in the top of the seventh. And the Mitchell Blue Jackets come away with the victory here this afternoon. For the Jackets, they were 4 runs on 7 hits, 1 error. They left 8 men on base. The Rams 3 runs on 4 hits. They did not commit an error, and they left 7 stranded here this afternoon. For the Rams, it was Cooper Spires going the first 4 innings, giving up 1 run on 4 hits. He struck out 7, walked 2, and hit a batter. Hannon pitched 2 innings in relief. The losing pitcher, 3 runs on 3 hits, struck out 1, and walked 2. Mitchell went with 3 pitchers. Bryson Zeeks started out. He went 2 innings, I should say. Did not give up any runs or hits. He struck out 3 and walked 1. And Gavin Martin comes in. He goes 4 2/3, giving up 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 strikeout, 4 walks, and 1 hit batter. And then it was Parker Reeve coming in to slam the door. He went an inning and a third, ending up to being the winning pitcher. No runs, no hits, struck out 2, did not walk a batter or hit a batter here to pick up the victory here this afternoon for the Mitchell Blue Jackets, as the Jackets have now won 5 in a row and stand 5-2, but most importantly, remain undefeated in conference play at 2-0. While for the Rams, their skid continues. They have now lost 4 in a row, and they fall to 2-5 and 0-2 in a conference play. So Paoli, some work to do. Again, this was not only a loss to a conference foe, but also a possible sectional foe. That sectional will be played right here at Seitzinger Field come the month of May. So hopefully the Rams might get another chance at this team from Mitchell as the Jackets squeak out the win here by a final of 4-3. For the Mitchell Blue Jackets, well, they'll be back in action. They have a conference game Monday night on the road when they will travel down to Marengo to take on the Crawford County Wolfpack. While for the Rams, they'll look to bounce back. They have a road game scheduled on Monday as well, as they will be taking on the Eastern Green Thunderbirds. Our next coverage of boys high school baseball featuring the Paoli Rams will be Friday, May the 1st, as we'll be down at Springs Valley as the Rams will take on their county and conference rival, the Springs Valley Blackhawks. Our next coverage of high school sports here on Mix 95.3 will be next Thursday, as we will be at Paoli High School for girls softball in a conference matchup between the West Washington Senators and the Paoli Rams. Well, a great game here today at Seitzinger Field, a tight one that went back and forth. When the dust finally settled, it was the Mitchell Blue Jackets coming from behind as they edge out the Paoli Rams. The final again, 4-3. As always, want to thank all of our great sponsors for allowing us to bring you high school baseball not only today but throughout the entire season. Big thank you as well to all the folks here at Mitchell High School and Athletic Director Jeff Hine and Head Coach J.D. Gaines, and, of course, our great cooperation from our Rams with Head Coach Jeremy Payton, his team, and staff as well. A big thank you to our engineer and producer. Great job, as always, by Peg Franz, and most of all, thanks to you for listening. I'm Dave Dedrick, again, your final today from Seitzinger Field on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Mitchell 4, Paoli 3. Good evening, everybody.
Thank you for tuning in to today's coverage of high school sports on Mix 95.3 WUME. Our baseball and softball coverage brought to you all season long by Team OC Youth Mentoring, Whitfield Investments, Buddy's Food and Fuel, by RP Lumber, Riley Oil, Springer Insurance, Cave and Cal Car Quarries, Orange County Casa, Hoosier Hills Credit Union, Hoosier Hardware, Paoli Health and Living Community, by Jeremy Payton, Edward Jones, Orange County REMC